So there you go. We're on screen.
Oh, it's it.
Hello, everyone.
We were talking about very legal things.
We were talking about normal things that did not involve very normal things involving Team Normal, as per usual.
Yep.
Oh, right. So, last time Discord died mid, the big reward-giving section, I did kind of play the Heart of the Labyrinth, the guy at the center of it, like a game show host. So I realize now I have to play him kind of as a game show host and have him give you a washing machine on the way out, which is fine. I'm more than happy to do that. The implication is it's kind of like Aladdin, where it's clearly set in a post-apocalyptic future now, and so it's clearly game shows have existed in this world now, and that's just we're gonna have to make our peace with it. But yeah,
Sorry, it's like Aladdin.
Yeah, there's an Aladdin theory where they're it's set in a post-apocalyptic future.
You said this
I'm learning so much.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a fucking thing. That's a thing.
Aladdin's in the post-apocalypse?
Yeah, it's in a post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
That's a factual thing about the thing.
You know the centuries-old tale, Aladdin?
No, I mean the Disney film. The Disney film is set in
Did you read that on lesswrong.com?
It's everyone knows the genies were formed when the nuclear bomb dropped.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's in the Quran.
Yeah, Aladdin the Courier.
It's actually in the Quran. People don't read it very closely, it turns out. They mostly just read the Shahada bit and then they move on.
Yeah, Muhammad was remember when the bombs dropped?
Yeah. I mean the Disney film, to be clear, because I am aware it's a folk story, but I do not come from the culture that folk story comes from, and so I did not know that.
Which the new live action?
No, the old. Well, I guess that's kind of both, but I never watched the new live action one.
Well, the live action one was produced by a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
That's kind of a different question we're asking there, isn't it?
One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
I have never watched it because I have no desire to watch a live action version of any Disney cartoon film.
Mediocre.
It
wasn't as bad as The Lion King.
It was awful. They gave Genie a head. They had to make Genie straight. They had to make it clear that Genie wasn't gay. So they gave him a love interest.
But also,
I forgot about that.
The thing about the Lion King one is I'd also never seen the cartoon Lion King, so I feel like I would get less than nothing from the live action. Yeah, people do react like that every time I mention it. But now it's too late for me to watch the thing, I guess. I don't know.
Do you normally drop the Do you normally drop the I haven't seen the animated Lion King movie after the Aladdin is set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland?
I'm
to soften the blow?
I'm firing it all off at once now. Okay. Do we remember what happened last time, everyone? Are we
Hey, sure? I remember nothing now.
Yeah, because now you're focusing on the Lion King thing, right? And the Aladdin.
No, the Aladdin thing.
Do you want me? Okay, I'm not gonna.
War never changes.
The Aladdin thing is. Okay, right. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from the Aladdin thing. We have to move on from it. We have to make our peace with the fact, and it is a fact, that it is set in a post-apocalypse.
There was a guy in a box, right? Stone.
Yeah.
Man in stone.
Yes, he's not in a box.
Yeah, Monty Hall.
Yeah, he's not in a box. He's entombed in the center of the labyrinth. But you also met the big demon fellow, who was quite a nice chat, as you recall.
We liked it.
Yeah, he liked you as well. He didn't want to kill you because it's just a job.
I have noticed that we tend to get on much better with the villains.
Yeah, it's really weird how that's played. Yeah, the law enforcement and the notional heroes of any story, you do not get on with it. A table appears whenever this happens. Yeah. but whenever I play a demon or fucking a weird witch woman or something, you're all you just click. You click with them. I don't know what the deal is with that, but
there are people.
My character sheet says chaotic good. Now I don't know if that's true, but
but I think it's because I put more of myself into the villain characters. I tend to prefer playing villains, and so I put more of myself into it. So it's you're communicating more directly with me, whereas with heroes, I'm I have to be good, consistently good. And just and honorable, and it's I'm none of these things in real life. No one who's met me could believe that these are traits that I possess.
He takes place in a post-apocalypse, and not many people know that. So
yeah, I'm never gonna live that down. Every week I say something new and more insane that gets me in more trouble.
It's the way that you said it, as if it was something we all knew,
an accepted fact, right?
Yeah.
I think I've been watching too much Always Sunny and I've just been able to pass these things off as just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I've just adopted the tone of the characters in that show too much. Anyway,
yeah. If one of us starts waterboarding one another, Sin will just be nodding their head along with us with the whole proceeding.
I
like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh, it's a disaster. All right. So yeah, you are in the center of the labyrinth now. I did give you homework, which was to decide. So he has the power to show you one event, past, present, or future, of your choosing. And
I do want to ask him, like, why he's here? Like, what's going on with this? Why he's locked up?
But do you want to see why he was locked up, or do you want to?
No, I just want to talk to him. Why is he trying? Are you trying to fucking scam me?
I'm trying to get you to use your one wish. I have become the genie from the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, you fucking scam. Is this why he was locked up? Because he kept trying to fucking scam people.
He's actually a genie from a previous era.
They made him into a labyrinth because he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the seer. He just produces copper ingots out of his mouth.
Inferior copper.
Oh god, that's such a good punishment to give to a copper merchant for all eternity who scam people. Fuck. Gonna write that down in the ideas section. Ironic Air Nasir punishment. I'm sure.
Sisyphus?
I think we're trying to combine two different languages there in a way that doesn't work. Like, we're trying to combine Akkadian and, like, Greek.
If you anglicize it enough, it'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what anglicizing is.
Yeah, that's...
Ian Nasir.
Yeah, Ian Nasir. Just local shopkeeper, Ian Nasir. Right. So yeah, you are before the heart of the labyrinth, as he's called. He's currently, like, holding up one hand, his free hand, and there is a crown floating above his hand that he intends to give you. And the crown is made up of silver. It's sort of thinly woven silver with red, green. I was trying to remember the word green for ages there. I was like, what's that color that leaves are? Red, green, white, blue gems encrusted into it. But he's kind of holding it there as Art asks a question.
Yeah, just like, what's your whole fucking deal, man?
You see like the facade of this timeless being kind of crack as just like the weight of the question kind of like it just kind of like falls upon him. He's like, how long do you have?
We're in no rush, I guess.
Yeah, we can take a long rest.
Yeah, you can take a long rest in the center of the labyrinth with the guy. That's fine.
Yeah, let's play 20 questions with this dude.
He sort of like snaps his finger and the crown goes away.
Oh no, wait, we got. Can we
You still get it. I'm just storing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
sure.
Because like I want to gesticulate as I talk.
I get.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't sure about you, but I do get that.
So and I will remind you all that previously Angrith did detect good and evil, and this is a good being. So I'm fully expecting this to not go well. So
just remember, good doesn't mean friendly.
Yes.
If he's good, why is he a labyrinth?
Well, maybe he's about to explain it to you. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I specifically do know why. So he actually, you don't hear him, but you don't quite hear him, but you see his lips move, and the stone on the floor is reshaped into like benches for you to sit on.
Oh, nice.
This feels right.
Yes.
I crack out some really old popcorn.
Yeah, just in your pocket, you've just found some popcorn from the last time you were at the movies.
Some loose pistachios.
Yeah, I back when I enjoyed some street theatre about 13 years ago, I got some pistachios.
weirdly fresh popcorn from 20 years ago.
Yeah, he sort of sits there. I can't quite recall how long it's been since I've been here. Tell me about the world outside now. Where are we at right now? Has the sovereignty burned everything down already, or is it still standing?
I guess it's still there. Yeah.
So
most of it.
You see him his eyes are like completely blue. They're just kind of like a pale sapphire where his eyes should be. And you think you can see him just like trying to count backwards from where he thinks we are to like where he was. Like, I can't quite. So I was entombed before the suns would rise in the sun would rise in the north and south. I was entombed back when it rose east to west. It would go east to west in the sky. And you all know that from general folklore, folk religion, that sort of thing, you're talking about at least 10,000 years to possibly.
God, you must have been really bored.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's what part of the thing is, that that I was cursed to see all with perfect clarity. Because I tried. Well, no, I tried to take the power of prescience from the gods. In order to help a friend.
I bet they saw that coming, didn't they?
Yeah, well, you'd think so. Turns out
Is your liver still there?
Liver's fine, I think. I don't drink.
No.
Would you like to?
I'm not sure I can physically consume anything anymore. That would be an interesting thing to try.
I crack out an old like mini, like a whiskey mini, and I just walk over and just like pour it in it, like open up.
He opens his withered mouth, and you swear you see like dust come out of his mouth as you're pouring the thing in.
How's your
mouth made of stone?
He sort of coughs. He doesn't. He's like, it's been a very long time since I've drunk anything. You have refined the drink making process over the past 40,000 or so years.
Or maybe you're just a lightweight now.
Could be. So I was punished for trying to assist a friend. You might recall as the first king of these lands. And he's waiting for you to say a name. As if to, like a teacher, like the first king of these lands, and
Greg.
Derek.
The only one of you who has a shot here is probably Angriff, and even then, I don't think he would know the first king, like ever in
first
history.
King.
Yeah.
Am I rolling dice on this one?
I think you've got to roll a history check to even have a shot here.
Oh, this is not. That is a 3, my friend.
You were educated in a monastery, and yet you do not know anything about anything, it seems.
For some reason, whenever you ask me, do I know things, the dice are just like no, you don't. No. Do you know anything? No.
Me during exams, free. Fuck.
Right, so he knows what, like, everything that's going to happen. So he just deliberately set us up to not know who this king was so that we would look like dicks.
Maybe if you interpret it that way.
Or is it like an all events happen at once, or is he predicting things before they happen?
It's an all events happen at once, so it might be that you being here was in amongst a bunch of other bullshit.
So is this like a probabilistic determination of what may or may not happen?
He lives the Schrödinger equation. He lives it. He lives the probability distribution. He loves it. He goes, for future reference, he was an elf called Orin of the sun, moon, and forests. But I tried to help him, and in exchange for my loyal service, the gods commanded him to entomb me here. And they cursed me with the clairvoyance that I wanted, but I simply can only share it with people who make it here. And they deliberately put in, I think you would have met him, the big red guy who likes to...
Yes, sound guy.
Oh yeah, he comes in and talks to me sometimes.
Oh, nice. Does he like get any future stuff, or is he just sort of interested?
He's already compensated for being here, so
yeah.
He also doesn't really want to know. He's very incurious about the future.
Well, I think we call that self-actualization.
Yes, I do get that sense from him. Yeah.
Just really good at interrogating his own thoughts and feelings. Doesn't feel the need to go and see a therapist that can see all possible futures.
Yeah.
In my experience, knowing what's going to happen just gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
What's your experience with that, Elton?
Yeah, but please, hold on, Labyrinth. Can you elaborate on your backstory?
Well, what would you want to know? What more do you want to know? Give me specifics. I can.
We were just asking Elfin.
Oh, Elfin. Okay.
This is about you.
No, I'm the guy in the labyrinth. How is it not about me?
I mean, to be fair, you could ask the guy in the tomb. What is this person's backstory?
What's
actually you could fucking do that.
And
Elfin would have to explain it to you because I don't know as DM. Well, I do know a little bit, but I don't know like all of it.
Catch 22. Find a way to figure out Elfin's backstory.
So the guy you wanted to help this king, I guess, because you thought he was nice.
He was my boyfriend, if you like.
Oh.
So you thought he was really nice.
Yes.
Who's
Yeah, we're really close. I mean, I've heard about historical boyfriends.
We lived together in a big house.
You were a really dear friend.
Yeah, we adopted children, and we would have been buried together, but I'm here, and he's presumably lost to the sands of time.
Why would he do this? To you?
Because the gods compelled him and commanded him to do so. You didn't see. You weren't alive when the gods walked the earth and could wreck all kinds of shit.
Surely you would know where your former lover was buried.
No, I mean literally. It's been so long, the body has decayed to that extent.
Would you like us to kill you?
No, I'm fundamentally a coward. Eternal life suits me.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay, so we've gone to the middle of this fucking labyrinth, and you're just good?
Well, I mean, the labyrinth sustains me, and it sustains me well enough with the souls of adventurers who keep being killed by the various things that guard me.
Right.
Usually it's the big red guy who finishes them off, but I think you would have seen a lot of them fall quite a bit earlier.
Yeah, we saw a lot of them. We found a fucking crystal thing.
Oh, yeah, you're going to want to hang on to that just for a little bit longer. It's going to be your way out. It's going to be your way out of here. Because I think the big red guy has decided to take a break.
What's the deal with the crown?
Oh, this crown. He does the like game show host bit. You feel a bit of the life come back to him. This crown, this is the crown that my friend wore. And it is
your very good friend.
My very good friend, yes. My very good friend who I lived with and adopted children with. Now, the deal with this crown is, points to Angrif, is like, you will recognize this artifact, and you will recognize it. He has predicted correctly that you recognize it, because it is a legend.
Roll.
No, this time it is determined that Angrif knows what it is, because it is an item from common myths. It is the crown of the sun, moons, and forest. It is
the crown of the sun, moons, and forest.
It's basically the crown that like the legitimate king wears, the actual, real, proper king of the land that is this wears.
What's the legitimate king? Just ask you, guy who's seen everything. What is a legitimate king to you?
One who actually cares for the people and doesn't enslave them or put them in chains or send them off to stupid wars.
I find that an odd concept. A king who doesn't enslave.
So you like some sort of? Have you ever considered maybe not having kings?
What, you mean like have a priest in charge?
No.
What, you mean like have a really, really rich guy in charge who sends out trade missions to weird places?
I am very worried that if you can see the future, you can only see.
Yeah, he's...
No, I've got. Not gonna lie, this is depressing.
This is a bit worrying. He's like thinking. He's like, you mean like
me? I'm a liberal.
You mean like we would have like a king priest in charge, like a guy who was god and king, or like we would get a lich to be elected by the people to govern an area?
Sounds very familiar to me somehow. I don't know why.
Yeah, for some reason you all feel like, you've forgotten something that may be happening.
I mean, that sounds more legitimate than a king.
It does a little bit.
Yeah, the lich was democratically elected. It's a great fucking...
Yeah, it's only one because of entryism, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he resurrected a bunch of people and they voted for him.
Yeah,
so...
resurrected a bunch of Trotskyists.
Yeah.
The dead are voting again.
Yeah. He's like, he's like thinking, he's like, I suppose there are like some societies that have no leader, but I can't really get a good read on them. They seem oddly contented by it, though.
Yeah. What a strangely blinkered view of prescience you have.
I feel like
you're talking about like eternity. It becomes harder the further away it is.
There's a guy who can see all, but is cursed to not understand it.
Yeah. It's like, so they all own the tavern, and he's like, this is like 10 minutes later as he's trying to describe he's like trying to explain all the different forms of government he's seen. He's like, so what happened was the slaves strangled their masters, and then they enslaved other people. And you're all like, oh, like...
Yeah, he's like, so the villagers own the tavern, and then they pay for the beer.
Yeah, and then there was a society where they built great machines that altered the landscape, but all of the machines were only owned by, like, a very small group of people. And then they all got to enjoy the benefits of the great machines, but then everyone else kind of ate shit.
So this crown...
Yes. He immediately, like, smiles and goes back to the game show host mode. Legitimate king. Well, relatively speaking.
Is it magic?
No, it's just an item that belonged to a dear friend. And I think it should...
It's not going to turn whoever holds it into the labyrinth.
No, what kind of beings have you been... Oh, he immediately looks back at your, like, adventure. He's like, oh, I understand now. No, this is... It's an item that means a lot to me, and I think it deserves to see the light again. I, being the prescient being that I am, sense that you are important people who will decide the fate of nations. And so, I feel confident in handing this to you.
Don't let this go to your head. Don't let this go to your head.
Specifically, the paladin gets to have this.
Oh, well, okay, that's alright then.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
Yes, because you three are not from here. Not to be...
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Yes.
You told me he was good!
Not friendly.
Lawful good and also racist.
Yeah, you can't be significant. You're fucking immigrants.
Yeah, that's right. You're not even immigrants, you're passing through. You're literally passing through here.
You transient workers.
Yeah.
Someone who respects the law couldn't be a racist.
Yeah, exactly. There's famously the law is like anti-racist, right?
What is your name?
Oh yeah.
Every time there's a name, he's like, it's been too long. Can't recall it.
Gregory. That's what we'll call you.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fine,
Gregory Peck.
If you like.
Gregory Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Gregory of the Maze.
If we meet an Aarakocra, we have to call him Gregory Peck.
Well, it's been excellent talking with you all, But he sort of
trying to make us go away.
He floats the crown over to Angrif.
Oh.
Just sort of plaintively take it. Just okay. I guess I have this now.
Yeah, you'll know what to do with it, or you'll know who to give it to.
Put it on.
I don't think that's going to be happening.
Oh, come on. Just do a little show. We could all try.
We could all play Princess Dress Up with the crown, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna...
I got a disguise kit.
I'm not putting on the crown.
Ooh. It's gonna be an issue later if you put it on, let's put it that way. There's gonna be a conversation that will be much more difficult if you put it on.
What if there's people come to arrest us from the previous town, and now Angrif's a king?
Yeah, what if Angrif becomes the king of this? Yeah, what... Oh, Christ. God. Angrif successfully leads the resistance, becomes king.
The system works.
Yeah, that's how we just... It was a more effective system than, just the bastards, the fucking king's son getting it, You have to successfully defeat the others in combat.
Yeah, and then Angrif can use his wealth of experience of governance.
Yeah. Angrif is clearly the best king available at in the room. In the room right now.
That's knowledge
purely by dint of not wanting to wear the crown.
Well, yeah, because everyone else is kind of like, can we wear... Well, I guess the Labyrinth guy didn't want to wear the crown either, but it's kind of denied to him.
Yeah, a big minus in the, the negatives column for him, though, is cannot leave Cursed Labyrinth.
Yeah,
so.
Cannot leave the Labyrinth. Do you...
But in a way, would that not make a better king?
Well, just the king's out of the way in a labyrinth where no one can talk to him, and so everyone just kind of does it all themselves. Yeah, I guess that would be fine.
Yeah, checkmate. We make you king, and no,
and that's it. But then inform everyone, the king is in the center of this labyrinth, and people have to try and get to the center of it constantly.
If you want to do a coup, you have to fight your way to the center of the labyrinth.
That's actually a really secure and stable form of governance that I hadn't considered.
Yeah, do you want to invest in some new public infrastructure, battle this labyrinth, and then you can make your pitch?
That would be less difficult.
Free school meals by killing 1,000 demons.
That is less difficult than dealing with Keir Starmer's Labour Party, so I'm just saying it's an option, everyone. We may have just solved governance in Britain. We just need to build a labyrinth, which is unfortunate because we can't build anything.
So, build one around Keir Starmer. He stays in the middle.
We have to entomb Keir Starmer in a labyrinth that we build around him slowly so he doesn't notice we're building it.
Yeah.
That's only because D&D classes out in real vote, otherwise it would be very easy.
Yeah. He sort of looks at you. So did you wish to take your reward? It's equally fine if you don't wish to know anything or have anything to ask. But I would feel bad, given that you've been such enchanting conversation, to leave you with nothing but the crown itself.
I don't like his
tone.
Who wants to go first? You don't like his tone?
We've been in an enchanting conversation. That just sounded backhanded.
No, he's being sincere. You can,
Yeah, art is immediately suspicious. Sincerity.
If someone's actually said a nice thing about us, they must be lying.
Must be someone playing a trick on me.
Yeah,
enchanting us.
Well, you bear in mind, you're probably the only people he talks to other than the demon.
Yeah, but the demon's sound.
Yeah, he's enchanting, if anything.
Yeah, he was. I played him really charismatic, much more than his stat block deserved.
So you said what are the rules?
So I can show you any event, past, present, and future, but only one event, and I will decide at which point to stop showing you the event.
How do you?
And just to be clear, you don't see. You see potentials, and not a firm.
So the
true
past.
line.
So the past is completely, the past.
Fixed.
Right.
What about people who can travel in time?
Well, chronomancers and such.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, now I'm gonna have to think about what type of time travel we have. So he sort of thinks you see his eyes kind of they don't glaze over, but you see a faint sort of like flickering light behind him as he sort of travels, sort of like goes through and uses his power.
He's doing the guy from Dune.
Yeah, he's doing that. He sort of comes back. He's like, so the way it works is, if a chronomancer is to goes back in time, the things the chronomancer has done has already happened. So, for example, let's say a chronomancer went back in time, accidentally killed their grandfather. That always happens. Their grandfather is not their grandfather. They might, for example, be their own grandfather. So
we're doing.
So it's Futurama rules.
Futurama rules, yes.
It's a sort of divergent universes kind of deal.
Yeah, like it's. So the
it becomes fixed as the present catches up to it.
So to do the physicist explanation, this is like one of the only ways to reconcile the time travel paradox is by the act of traveling back in time, you've created a new universe where that has always happened. So you're just in the universe where that has all of the time travel has already happened or is happening.
Okay, that's acceptable. Continue.
Okay,
but is this relevant to your question?
But the
I don't want to know if there's like I don't accept that we're stuck on a firm line of
the future
true
is
fate.
It's an existential question.
The future is a bit more hazy. It's hazier the further away you get, right? So tomorrow I could pretty confidently show you what you're going to have for lunch tomorrow. It's something from
perpetual soup.
Yeah, perpetual
soup.
Can
you tell whether or not I'm going to take a little piss on your shoes?
Well, yeah, because that would be an immediate act. But also, I couldn't really do anything about it.
Can you tell?
I have foretold this!
It's a little cheap considering I can't move or react to it in any significant way, if you were to ask me. But,
Can you still smell it?
You know, sensation dulls over time. Which I suppose is probably the small blessing of this kind of existence.
Art walks behind him.
What are you doing back there?
His head twists round fully to look you in the eyes as you do the axe.
All right. I wasn't going to do it, but now that you've done that, it's a challenge, and Art pisses.
Art is pissing on the... I was just as someone walks in flat talking about Art pissing. Okay, so Art, you have urinated on the heart of the labyrinth. He is looking you dead in the eyes as you do it. He's like,
and I say to him, "I wouldn't have done this unless you looked me in the eyes."
Well, I always
and you know that.
Yeah, I knew.
And you must. So you wanted me to piss on your shoes, you dirty bird.
Turns his head back. Now that that's out of the way. Is there something you
Is
would
he
like
erect?
To know? There is no way to tell because of the way he has been entombed.
Somewhere in the labyrinth, a penis comes out of the wall.
Yeah, like he's literally rock hard.
Yeah.
Now, do you have anything you want to ask me, you want to see, that you want to have shown to you about the future or the past, or anything like that? Or the present. It can be something happening in the present. I'm pretty good at that too.
I have an idea for me, but I want to let other people go first.
No. You go ahead, Agridak.
Did any of the other paladins in my order survive?
So you want to see the night that your order was sacked?
Well, not necessarily specifically, but just if any of them made it out alive. Because as far as I know, I'm the only one who did.
He sort of pauses and he thinks. You see his eyes do the mentat thing. No paladins, and none of your teachers survived. Only a handful of scribes escaped by playing dead or by hiding in parts of the monastery that the sovereignty soldiers couldn't find.
The expression on Angry's face doesn't change at all. And like that, it says, okay.
Wasn't there a guy that was saying he was part of your order? Does this mean he's definitely lying?
Could be a scribe.
Alfin, you want to reveal your backstory to us?
Not really.
I mean, he can show you, but Angrif asked the question. He can show you, so it's only you who sees it.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
So, like, I was saying, like, you asked the question, so he answered the question, but he can actually just show you through a vision the events you want to see.
Okay.
But because you didn't want to see your order get massacred again, he decided to just give you the answer.
Okay, cool.
Because he's not a dick. I mean, he's, you know, it's a bit pissy maybe, but
yeah, whose fault is that?
Yeah, well,
it's his fault.
Art upset him. Yeah, actually, it is all his fault because he knew what would happen.
Yeah, he did the thing that was going to make it happen.
Yeah,
he wanted it. Is there a gutter around his pedestal that you can like?
He wants the erosion to eventually free him, so he does that to everyone.
Enough. Please, before you leave, piss.
Yeah. Just so you're not constantly going on the road like you always are. I know.
Isn't this literally a joke in like a D&D webcomic?
I don't. Maybe. I just got given a cheesecake. Look at that.
God.
I got given a cheesecake. Thank you so much.
Now that's better than piss.
That is better than that. Yeah.
Barb will step forward in that case after staring at Elfin for an uncomfortable 5 minutes while she says nothing. and she says,
sorry, I'm autistic. I have no idea.
Please be patient. I have autism on your shirt.
Embroidered on.
Yeah, engraved. And
it doesn't say that, but it's Godspeed you Black Emperor, so it's basically the same thing.
I would like to see who I was when my soul was whole.
Okay. Any particular... Well, how would you know any particular event, right?
That's the part of the problem, right? The only event I would know happened is that at some point it got severed. And I'd rather not see that. Because I've heard what happened, and I think I'd like to see when I was happy.
Okay. Bob, have you described your pre-transformation character to me?
Yes, indeed. I think. Yeah. Did I not do any more details? I can do it now.
Yeah, if you want to describe the type of character you see, the woman you see before you, having a nice time playing an instrument before a cheering crowd in a caravanserai on a warm summer's evening in the Nihai Empire.
Okay, you see Elven, Barbarian. She is playing a lovely little fiddle on a stage. She is far from home. She's left to make some money for herself and her village. Her family, the male members of her family, have been taken off, presumably to join the war.
Yeah.
She does not know that the fate that awaits young barbarians that get taken away, or that it will happen to her.
God, you made the Devshire memo more depressing than it already was. Jesus Christ. There you go. That's what you see. That's what Barb sees. I don't know if Barb will tell you this vision of herself, but
I can do. Okay, so I'm on a stage. She's on a stage in front of a bunch of like local Nihai place people in like a middle-ish sized town. A lot of people in. She's not dressed necessarily the local style. She looks a bit more like Western, while the other was like a much more traditionally Nihai. And then she's playing her fiddle before them, and in the background, I think she thinks she spots one of the royal family, but she's not quite sure. In the confusion, she hits a wrong note, and the crowd gasps, I think, for a second, and then she carries on and makes it look like it was on purpose. It's a new experimental form of music where I fuck up deliberately. And then I bow, and she looks up, beaming from ear to ear, and says, "Thank you. My name is Anka. I am your local bard barbarian, and that'll be all for tonight."
Very impolite to call someone a barbarian. That's just
barbarian.
Yeah, barbarian. Yeah.
And yes, I will be taking a level in barbarian if I ever become normal again.
Yeah, elf again. Make Barb an elf.
Normal.
Yeah, become normal. I was like, no, you're already normal. The most normal.
More normal than you've ever been before.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Barb, that's Angrith. It's Art and Elfin left.
I mean, if Elfin wants to go, mine is just frivolous.
I can't wait for Art's choice.
All right, Art, after staring for an uncomfortably long time at Elfin, steps forward and just says, "Okay, right." Looks him dead in the eye, like,
"You're not going to urinate again, are you?"
You would know. I detect a bit of hope in your voice there, though, and that's something. I guess my question is, accepting that I don't believe there's any firm root of true fate.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there a way in which we can finesse making sure we keep all of the extreme amount of money we have so that I can open my fucking shop?
So is the question about keeping this specific money, or is it about having enough money to open a shop?
You know what the question is, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, the bad news. I have some bad news on the. Well, there is a way, which would be to submit to the justice of the state that chases you, and to simply plead for a merciful fine.
How much is a merciful fine?
It would be how many tons of gold do you have? It'd probably be around 99% of that. You'd still have more gold than most people ever see in their lives.
They're not more gold than we've seen.
And you're about to be hit by a wealth tax.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Suddenly I'm against
that the people who are chasing us will, in every single possible future, catch up with us.
In some fashion, yeah. One way or another, that a lot of that money is going.
You're definitely a
liberal. So we should spend it immediately.
Yeah. I mean, if you can find a way to spend that money.
What happens if we just buy off everyone who tries to come and get us?
You're welcome to try, but eventually you do buying. They send a lot of people after you, and well, it escalates.
Sounds like we're about to reinvent warlordism from first principles.
Angrith, have you thought about becoming Shogun?
Angrith becomes the show. He institutes Sakoku immediately. He redisciplines the region.
Do we have to go back? Can we send a note?
Oh no! What am I going to do with all this rice?
They'll come to you. They will come to you, and then you will give them the fine, and they will leave you.
You've made me so sad today.
Is it mostly?
Imagine.
Is it mostly the different kinds of government that I imagined and saw?
Imagine if Bin Laden got off with like a big fine,
like a 99% of his wealth fine. The Al Qaeda slush funds have to be raided.
He's gonna have to take out another mortgage in his mountain fortress.
Yeah, he's gonna have to leverage. He's gonna have to use that anime collection as a collateral.
He's not got planning permission for a second tunnel.
That's how they get you.
Art, if it makes you feel better, you could piss on him again.
And also, if it makes you feel better, you're gonna have more money than you ever dreamed of having. Still, even after killing, I'm not sure you want to hear the final number, but a lot of people.
You know, historic dock fires, they didn't kill that many people.
But, you know, you must have annoyed a capricious deity that day.
I was just trying to help my friends.
Hey, they're still alive.
Something that you know about that.
Yeah, well, no good deed goes unpunished, I guess.
You're damn right, I piss on him again.
The stream is decidedly less powerful this time, but yeah, you do muster a bit of piss.
Elfin, right. Do you want to piss on him if you're not going to ask a question?
No, not really.
Maybe not in front of everyone.
No.
Well, did you have a question? Or something you wish to see?
Oh, I heard that like a few months ago or something that Vicky Starmer died, and I would like to see that.
Yes, you see a vision of the moment the Keir Starmer died.
I mean, everyone can see this.
Yeah, everyone. It's a projection, and you see Art. You see Art sneaking. It's like an old timey film where it like has like narration bit, like slides in it.
Gadzooks and a rogue.
The Keir Starmer is. I believe he was taking a piss at the time.
It was, yeah.
And you see Art sneak up behind him perfectly and just stab him. And then you hear
through the throat.
Through the throat, and
Piss.
you hear him...
Piss semper tyrannis, that's what you should have said.
And you hear him whisper, "This is for Barb." And, then you see him dump the body unceremoniously into the latrine.
Like, stuff it into it.
Yeah, into the... And thus the Keir Starmer rested in piss.
Elfin, did you just want to see my good work again?
Just wanted to see the Keir Starmer die.
Yeah,
I liked it. I wanted to see it again.
I can't say why I wanted to see that, but I did.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish that I'd used mine to look for that as well.
We could have seen it twice. It would have been great. Yeah, it was an excellent bit of rogue work. I will give.
Now do it again, but everyone's in big head mode.
He's like, oh, he does it. You got like the big like bubble heads.
Is his throat also big where he gets stabbed?
Yeah, it's like
the throat's tiny.
The throat's like absurdly small, and then he has to try and stuff the big head into the latrine.
And when he falls into the latrine, there's a boink sound.
Yeah, boing.
Can we just stay here for like another 20 to 40 minutes, just workshopping different ways to watch this?
No, okay. It's like the guy cuts you off. He's like, okay, look, it's been very fun, but I have to get back to an eternity of solitude. Otherwise, you never know when the gods are going to come back and punish me again. So my advice: take that crystal.
But surely you know.
Oh well. They conceal themselves from my view. That's kind of part of the punishment.
Which god is coming for you?
Oh, many primordial gods do not like me. I think they may have passed that on to their children. I'm pretty sure if I was very unlucky, Tempest would be showing up, which would be suboptimal. Famously quite large.
Have you ever met Tempest? Has Angrif met Tempest?
Angrif hasn't met Tempest. I think Angrif he's communicated with Tempest.
Yeah, it's like he's one of Tempest's oomphies, but not.
Yeah.
In a parasocial relationship with my patron deity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lord of Battles, the Foehammer. Yeah, he's more.
At Foehammer is at Foehammer. That's a good handle.
At Foehammer is a good handle, actually. Fuck.
Tempest's profile says no DMs.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a Twitter account, a Blue Sky account rather, dedicated to gay pornography. Cool.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. Nice. Happy with that. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Glad. Very happy to hear that. Yeah.
Very metal name for a porn account. I respect.
Yeah. Right. God. Right. Now. You're going to want to take that crystal you found earlier, and whichever one of you trust to remember where you want to, well, who has a good idea of where you want to go, you'll want them to crush it, and it's a teleportation crystal.
I probably give it to Angrif then.
I mean, do you want to walk back? Do you really want to walk back through the labyrinth where all of the things have come back to life?
Yeah. Can we say hi to or bye to our mate first?
He summons him. Like he just screams at him to get
in. He just shouts to the door.
Rings a little bell.
Screams at him to get
Craig!
In. Yeah. Craig, get in here. Like it's a very King Robert-y voice. Get in here, King Slayer.
Craig the devil.
Yeah. The big fella walks in. He's like, "Oh, are you all done? You've been in here a while. You've been here for like 2 hours talking about random things."
We had some existential questions.
Oh, okay.
And we were looking at a highlight reel,
Yeah.
Oh. Are you
Do
away
you
then?
want to see us kill a Starmer?
Oh, I'd love to see that. And then the guy immediately gets up the original version of it. He's like, that's good rogue work. I like that. I'm kind of glad we didn't fight.
No, I think you're sound too.
Yeah.
I give him my card.
A junk card. Is it like the Crumbopulous Michael? It has your location, live location on it at all times.
Yeah. Doesn't realise that's how people are tracking him.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm just picturing you giving like a random coaster from one of the taverns or something.
Yeah. He's like, wow, this is a nice card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eggshell.
That's amazing.
Well, if you're away, then safe travels. And if you're ever in the labyrinth area again, well, I might be out and about doing my usual shenanigans and such, so we might meet again.
Hey, you'll know where to find me.
That's true. I've got the card.
Alright, bye.
Yeah, okay. Well, best of luck.
Bye.
Best of luck. I have to go rest on a giant pile of treasure.
Oh, God. What a life.
Who's using the teleportation spell?
I gave it to Angrif.
Okay. Tap your
I don't have a good sense of
Paladin.
direction.
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah,
So
you,
tap your ruby slippers.
Angrif, you have to roll a D100 for teleportation if you choose to use the teleportation spell.
I mean, are we happy? Are we saying we're all done here?
I'm
so.
good.
If you've got the crown,
Yeah, Angrif.
I have the crown.
Shit if we forgot it.
God, could you imagine
we're
just, like,
back.
forgetting this incredibly ancient crown of unto like?
So we've got no more.
There's nothing else in the room. It is just like a bare, barren room in the center of a labyrinth made of stone.
Okay.
Can you give us actually like can we have like a little stone from this labyrinth just as like a little souvenir?
Yeah, there are some like bits that are broken off that you could easily pilfer.
Is there like a gift shop?
There's
like,
not like a gift.
I did the labyrinth and all I got was this stupid t-shirt.
Exit the labyrinth through the gift shop.
Like because it's like an enchanted labyrinth that's also a guy. I feel like it's probably got some properties. That
He snaps his finger and he does produce a shirt that say a set of 4 shirts that say this.
Yes.
I'll 100% pin that on.
Yeah, me too.
A high five, Barb.
She is so happy right now.
Yeah, get a on ride photo. You know.
Yeah.
When you walk through the door and see the fucking guy in the stone, what's your reaction?
The fucking guy at the center of the labyrinth has a little Polaroid printer with the photo of you entering the labyrinth for the first time.
Okay. Are we settled, everyone?
Let's go.
I suppose so. Am I crushing this crystal?
Let's do it.
All right. I got a 15 on a roll 100-sided die.
No!
That's probably not good.
Where are you going to precisely?
That's probably a good question. Where were we going?
Oh no.
I imagine the dwarves'
Fishing
house
village's
that
house?
like
Yeah.
You mean the fisherman? The fisherman out
the
there.
fisherman, yeah.
We're teleporting off of the island then, basically, but
Oh,
onto
for
the
sure.
shore.
So how
Yeah.
far?
As long as we're off the island, we won't immediately die. So that's the priority.
Okay,
right?
so now you are off target, which means I now have to work out how fucked you are. So I need to remember how far the distance is going to be, and
We are in court in front of the panel.
yeah, like actually the oh no, oh no,
Oh, we are.
Angrif has made a 600% error on the teleportation.
So we can't be
good.
going that
No,
far.
you're not going that far, but like.
So it could just be like a couple miles.
Yeah, you teleport, you feel the teleportation happen, and you are a couple of miles from the village, the fishing village. You're on a hill overlooking the fishing village. It's okay. If it was a longer distance, and you got a 600% error, you would have been completely fucked.
Yeah.
We're back in the city.
Sorry, 60%, 600. What am I on about? Yeah. Yeah, 60%. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a couple of miles. You're a couple of miles outside.
I never trusted this kind of wizardry.
Yeah, it's the wizardry's fault.
It's the wizards.
Can I roll a perception check just to make sure we're not being followed or anything by any of the lawmen or lawmen?
Yeah, it's also late evening, kind of like late evening. The sun's about to set.
And we've been in there a few days, right? So
you've been in there for 4 days.
Right.
I'll do a wee perception check as well, since we're on a hill.
Yeah. I got a 13, so I'm glad that you're also rolling.
Yeah, well, I got an 11, so...
Yeah, you don't spot anything out of the ordinary. You're just on a hill on a summery evening. Well, not a summery, but like maybe a late summery evening. Just overlooking a lake where you can see the fisherman is still fishing. He's got a little bit of fire going next to him, but he still fishes. See a little fire.
Is Elgato with him?
You can't quite tell from this distance, but you suspect if he's fishing, yeah.
Let's go back and join him then, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so
Retrieve our fiend.
You walk for a little bit. It's very easy. You know where to go. You walk by. You even take a little bit of a leisurely pace by the lake and take it in, looking back over at the island of the Labyrinth and being like, nice.
Skip some stones.
Yeah, nice people.
Yeah. Great bunch of lads.
Then you arrive at the fisherman, who's currently got his line in the water. He's kind of surprised, like, "Oh, you're already here? I thought you were going to have me pick you up from the island."
But we found some magic, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess that makes it easier. Your cat has been very well behaved, and so I gave him a lot of fish.
Hey, you know what? It's like, he's not our cat, we're his people, you know?
But regardless, he was very well behaved. He's a charming fella.
He is that.
Which is very surprising considering he's literally a fiend, but...
I don't know, cats.
We've literally just met a very charming fiend.
Oh,
I was going to say, like... reconsider that sentence.
Who was this charming fiend?
Do you want to know what goes on inside the labyrinth?
Honestly, it's just an island to me. I have no interest in it.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. We got these t-shirts.
Ah, yes. So did they have those in like a gift shop or?
They didn't have a gift shop, but next time I think they will. I think that they know. I mean, one of the guys really likes money, and
all I know is that if you piss a couple of times, they will give you a shirt. I'm putting that on the historical record.
Yep.
Is that how it went? Well,
as far as you know.
Yeah, basically.
As far as I'm aware, that's how it played out. So,
have you ever come across anyone else who survived?
Oh no, never.
This must be really weird for you then.
Yeah, I mean, most of them just sort of, I write them off after 5-6 days.
Yeah, it is quite cursed.
Yeah, it's quite cursed.
We're just really good at talking to people. And by people, I mean literal demons from hell.
Like, did a table appear, or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the table was implied.
Table was implied.
We are the table, you know.
And, yeah, Angrith is probably going to be the king of the world. I don't really know.
Something like
Just
that.
shaking my head at this, rolling my eyes.
You don't have to. Well, he doesn't have to be king. He can just choose not to be, right?
I don't know.
Apparently, and this is just, don't spread this around. Apparently, we have no choice. It's going to be one guy ruling forever and ever in a very depressing manner.
Wait, but were there no alternative ways to rule?
See, here's the context, right? There's a guy in the center of the fucking labyrinth who can apparently see all futures. I think he might be a little bit dim, so I think he can see everything but doesn't quite get it.
Right.
Yeah, he's like a Guardian columnist.
Yeah. It's like he spends all his time looking at the news but doesn't really understand the implications of it.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I understand. Kind of. So what? Are you staying the night in the village, or what's your plan? Are you heading out for overnight?
I don't really know.
We're quite well rested, but I don't know if should we be
I don't think we are. We're exhausted still, aren't we?
Are we? I thought we had a long rest.
Did we?
I think it ended up being a short rest because...
Oh, I see.
We got exhaustion because you fucked it.
Yeah, someone fucked it. Who knows? Who knows who?
Yeah.
Lost the time.
Do you have any hammocks?
Oh well, there are some of the old village houses are abandoned. The villagers don't mind if you just sort of park up in them and use them for a night or two.
That sounds comfy enough for me.
No one's come looking for us or anything.
Oh no! Like
insight check.
All right.
5.
He seems completely on the level here. Like, why would someone come looking for you?
No reason.
Have you done something?
I mean, we are clearly extremely powerful and competent individuals. We beat the fucking labyrinth, so people are interested in us.
We're just very famous.
We're just very famous is the worst thing you could have said. Oh, famous for what? Like, what great deeds have you done? Other than the labyrinth, obviously.
The labyrinth?
We operate more in a clandestine fashion.
You're talking like that with a fucking Wagner group or something.
Sorry, I almost choked on my food there. Clandestine meaning you kill people?
Well, I mean, we're adventurers. Like, yeah, we kill people.
People, but like not people, like beasts and stuff.
Yes. Bird? Giant bird? We killed a giant bird?
Yeah. I mean, is a lich a person? Because it was a person and then it's... Is a lich a person?
This is sort of like transhuman, aren't they?
Yeah, this kind of feels like it's going down a dark road.
A gorgon, I mean a Medusa, you know.
I mean, we were attacked by pirates and we killed some pirates.
I mean, what even is a person?
We're debating who is and isn't a person, which is already a bad sign. So
that's what I'm saying.
We're just gonna move on. He's like, okay, I get it. You're adventurers. You get into fights. Okay. No need to tell me about any specific crimes you may or may not have committed.
No.
Thanks, officer.
Oh, I just think crime is cool. That's all.
Oh, and then yes, we have to.
Yeah. And would we like to buy some drugs?
Yeah. I mean, would you? I have some fine items. He opens up his bait box, moves a bit over to the side. You see this like noxious green fluid. This is great for great accompaniment for fishing.
Yeah, is it? You put your drugs in your bait box.
Makes the water so shimmery and nice.
Does it do anything to humans?
Well, yeah. Humans and elves have similar physiology.
It makes us glow, or?
Oh no, doesn't mean. I mean, I thought you meant whether the thing worked on. No, I mean, doesn't make you glow. Not really. He sort of stares at Barb for an uncomfortably long time because of the varnish giving off some of the light from the rising moon.
After he stares for more than 2 seconds, I start making my eyes flash different colors like a disco ball.
He is like enthralled by this. He's like enthralled. He's like, interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know why they designed me with this.
Don't know. It's very appealing, though.
Yeah, I call it party mode. I've never used it before.
Wow. Thank you so much.
I call it party mode. I am, as of now, calling it party mode.
Exactly.
He rubs his eyes a little bit. You sense that made his eyes a bit tired.
Okay, we'll leave you alone. I'm sorry.
It's okay, and the cat interjects like, "Well, I'm glad you're back, and I'm happy to see that you're alive."
It was grand.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect one more fish, and then I will be right with you. So nabs a fish out of the guy's basket, and follows along with wherever.
Does that thing cats do when they've got something in their mouth and they go?
Yep. So are you staying in one of the abandoned village houses?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Can we lock the door?
Yes,
Sounds like
they're not like abandoned. There's just like, it's just that no one lives there anymore. It's not like they're ruins or something. They're just they're still intact, and they seem to be being maintained by the remaining villagers, but they're not like lived in.
Just if in case a magistrate comes, I want them to have to knock.
Well, because if there's a lock, they have to knock on the door.
That's the way it works. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, in case an army turns up, I want them to knock.
Yeah, like that's what a siege is. It's an extended knock.
Yeah.
Like Siege of Belgrade, just a long knocking affair. So, you find one of the sort of like little cottages by a fallow field because no one's tending to it anymore because the farmers no longer live there. And you, it's a cozy little sort of like 2-bedroom cottage type deal. And there is a fireplace which you get going with some wood that you find outside. They still have like chopped wood outside that the previous owners left. And yeah, it's quite a comfortable night. And it is your own place, kind of. Like it's not in a tavern or an inn. It's nothing like that.
Well, we do sleeps and shifts so that we can keep a lookout in case anything tries to sneak up.
We again forgetting that Barb doesn't need to sleep.
I was going to say you don't need to do shifts.
Oh, okay.
And,
sure.
And also, this might be a good time to plan next moves.
Yeah, we're going to do this. So this is for Angrith, right? We're going to visit your maybe
best friend in the whole world.
Friend, right?
Although the guy said he wasn't part of your order, right?
No, that was in. I have this stuff written down actually somewhere.
Angrith goes through his notes at the table. He's got binders full of champions.
Is he from a different chapter? Something.
I've just got a note here that says the prince may be an arsehole.
Which prince? Sorry.
You've written like hundreds of pages of notes. One sentence is decipherable.
Could imply so many different princes at this point.
Just general good advice, I think.
Oh wait, the Imbrex guy. That's it. That's who we're after.
Guy, gal, whatever.
Person of
sovereignty.
Army leading persuasion.
Yeah.
And we're going there before we go to
assassinate the guy.
Find the prelate that we're supposed to be.
Shall I just sort of remind people, refresh people's memories? Yes. So there is a champion of Tempus that is doing a big sort of like long guerrilla war against the sovereignty, and you know that his army is located to the west of where you currently are, in the hills and forests that way. You also know that the name of the governor of the province, when Angrith's order was destroyed, was a person with the surname Imbrex. You also know the current governor is an Imbrex as well, but not that one. And you're also supposed to be killing a guy on behalf of the other prince. The prince that is not an arsehole, called Lucullus Rufus. You're supposed to be killing one of the legates of this sovereignty occupation called Lucullus Rufus.
And do we know where he is? Do we know where that guy is?
You don't know where he is. Well, you would assume with the army or in one of the cities.
So in one of the cities that the governor is.
Yeah. Somewhere where governing needs to happen.
So our choice then is between going to the champion of Tempest or going to the governing. What do we want to do first? Champion of Tempest or find the guy that we're going to kill?
I think the champion of Tempest might be able to take us to the governor. If he's been doing a protracted war, he'll have better knowledge of the area than we do, right?
He might be up for helping us if we're like, yeah, we're going to kill a guy who you're probably a dick to Tempest folk.
I also wasn't there something about the guy might maybe be like a fake Tempest worshipper or something?
It could be.
Well, this is what I was thinking, right? Because you said, because if none of your order survive, right?
So
is he from a different chapter?
So
or is he just saying that he's from?
I want to clarify that the Heart of the Labyrinth never said that no one survived. It said that no paladins and none of Angrith's teachers survived. Scribes survived. A handful of scribes.
A warrior scribe.
So it's
new class, like Bard but less fun.
It's just power from drawing and writing.
Writes a Guardian column and the fucking daggers fall from the sky.
If only.
I've depicted myself as the chat and you as the virgin.
I have depicted Tempest as the chat and... Oh no.
Your pantheon is all the virgins.
Yeah, that's it. The sovereignty pantheon, all virgins, soy jacks. That's how we win the war, folks.
just Jupiter, but we're doing like the little.
Yeah, like.
So I guess it's up to Angrith about what would you like to do first?
Well, someone who may or may not be a true worshipper of Tempest leading an army of 35,000 people, that seems like a rather pressing issue.
Yes.
All right, to the west we go.
All right. So,
sounds like a good plan.
So with that, I assume that with the decision made, you're all gonna sort of do your evening stuff and then go to sleep and get rid of your exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is probably the heaviest sleep you've ever had. Like you are bone tired. Just like you actually wake up a bit. All of you, even those of you that are disciplined enough to actually wake up at a normal time, you actually sleep well past sunrise. It's like quite late morning by the time you're all awake.
All right. Well, we get up and head out.
Do we know what direction west is?
Well,
which direction does the sun rise from again? Is it north or south?
North. I think it rises in the north.
Well, so the right direction, the right angle to the right of where the sun is rising from. Then
there we go.
There you go.
Oh wait, no.
Wait, is that right? Yeah, I was going to say, if you accidentally... because you almost walked them into the lake.
Can we ask Helga?
I'm sure.
It turns to Angrith is like, no. Remember?
Oh, no. Okay, so you make your way west out of the village. You see some of the farmers. They're already awake. They're doing their farm work. You see one of the, sort of kids of the farmers spots you and waves as you're walking by. Gives you a little wave. And, you make your way out. And you actually spot your dwarf friend on the way out, working in the fields. He gives you a wave as well. Calls out, good luck! Whatever it is you're doing, good luck. Also happy to see you back from the labyrinth. But don't get killed by something stupid instead.
You never know.
There's a guy who does. There's a guy who does.
Sitcom theme plays.
Yeah.
There's a guy who knows.
Get the spinning text in.
Just half an hour weekly of just the guy sitting there in the middle of the labyrinth.
He just has to keep conjuring images to entertain himself.
Yeah.
He just keeps shaking his head oh god.
Oh,
what are they doing now?
He just envisions Britain and is it's so wounded by it he crumbles to dust. He sees Keir Starmer say change the things that need changing and that kills him. That's finally what ends it for him.
Every day I wake up remembering that this happened.
Yeah. That's the best part of the morning, the bit before I remember exactly who I am and where I am in the world. And then I realise I'm in Britain and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm still here. Oh,
take me back to primordial goo.
Yeah. No, I want to live in nothing forever. Right. So who is leading the party in the hills and forest? Because there is no road now. You are just tracking through a hilly forest now. So who is leading the way?
Should I lead?
Is it survival required or is it just normal?
It is survival required.
Then I guess I should do it.
Well, I
Unless-
got,
Unless
Unless
I've got some
everyone's
kind of
got
advantage for some reason.
I've got +3, and I can add a D10 if it's shit.
Nice. Okay. Well, then yes.
Yeah.
All right. Roll for it. Roll us a survival.
That's 16.
Okay. So, as you're walking along, you actually spot a strange crate on the floor. Just a strange crate. Looks like just on the floor by like at the base of a tree. There's just a crate.
Gonna have some like Funko Pops or something in it, isn't it?
Can I do an investigation check or a perception check on the things around it?
Yeah, you can. Go for it.
What if this is a trap?
Well, that's
16.
It's just a crate. It is a plain crate in the middle of a forest, just at the base of a tree.
Does anyone have any issue with me opening this crate? Or should we just walk on by?
I encourage it.
All right, I'd go up and open the crate.
What you find is dust-covered bottles of red wine.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah, you have either found someone's stash that they've forgotten about, or like someone has just been transporting incredibly dusty red wine everywhere in this forest for some reason.
All right.
8, nice.
Well,
It's coming.
I guess I take them out and put them into the bag of
Yeah,
holding.
you get 6 bottles of very old red wine with a label in a language you can't quite decipher, just through the dust and the age.
All right, nice.
Otherwise, I was going to try and decipher it.
It's more of a physical issue than a reading issue. It's not like it's not like a language issue so much as it's just very old. There you go. Not bad for the first one.
No.
Okay.
These are the joys, the bounties of going west.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, my favorite.
The rich west is
My favorite method of distributing alcohol is just in random caches in the ground.
Yeah, that is how I do it a lot in this campaign. Actually, I don't know what I imagine people are doing a lot of the time. Actually, I don't know how I justify this.
You know, it's like in Aladdin when the world has ended.
Yeah, that's all right, okay, all right. I get the picture. All right. It has. Anyway, I'm gonna get mad about this, like the fucking crate thing all over again. Right. I'm gonna lock in. All right. It's now like mid-afternoon, so you have time for one more push during the day. So if you want to make a push on from the wine crate, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
All right.
Try and get a beer crate.
You might get a beer crate.
If you think you're getting a wine crate and it's just a crate with another crate inside.
Yeah. Matryoshka crate.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Okay, an 8.
That's with the D10.
So, you walk along, and this time instead of a crate, you spot like the perfect treasure chest. Just in your path ahead of you. The perfect treasure chest. Just hanging out.
One more time, an investigation check on this fucking crate is obvious.
I would stab it straight away.
Alright, roll your investigation check.
25.
You cannot tell whether there's nothing wrong with this. Is just the perfect crate in the middle of the forest.
Right, yeah.
I detect magic.
Detect magic. Is that gonna work? Hold on.
I don't know.
It's a monster, right?
It's a monstrosity, if it is a mimic, that is. You detect no magic.
If you're a mimic, you have to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, you detect no magic.
Can I stab it?
Yeah, you can stab it. Roll to hit it. Well, actually, no, because it's perfect. It's still you get a hit off on it.
Okay. Let's find my. Where the fuck did I put my sword? Okay.
Right.
That is 8 damage.
Okay, hold on. I need to write some notes down here. Okay, you stab it and you hear it shriek as a tongue whips out and tries to strike you.
Okay.
It tries to strike you with its tongue. And that is a 22 to hit you, Bob.
Oh okay, that would do it, but I'm gonna use cutting words.
Okay.
I've actually no, because maybe that won't even get it down. 22.
Yeah, 22.
Ooh, okay. I guess I'll just let that hit in that case.
Okay, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from its sort of grasping tongue slapping you away.
Bludgeoning from a tongue, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I get my bonus action?
Yeah, but okay, I'll give you the bonus action.
Okay.
But then we have to roll initiative.
Yeah, that's 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And that will be 6 damage.
Okay.
And I'm just shouting, I'm sorry!
Yeah, and now you are in combat, everyone.
Okay.
All right. Let's roll some initiative then.
Well, that was fucking dog shit from the Mimic, but at least it's an easy number to sort of remember.
I got a 9, if that's helps.
Oh, that is... Barb, you are just under the Mimic.
No!
15.
Okay.
13.
Who?
Wait,
I just
2?
cannot roll. I cannot roll a d20. It seems for anything other than like attacks.
Okay, Art, you're up. This is
All
a
right.
Mimic. It is ready to fight.
That's a 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Not natural, just.
Yeah. And also, you will get sneak attack because Barb is right next to it.
Yep. That is 19.
To hit. Or
No,
to
19 damage.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, you cleave at it and its form. You see the wood kind of chip away from its form.
I'll do my offhand.
Sorry.
Another 20.
Yeah.
Not that. That's just another 10 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you've already damaged it quite a lot. It's these are not strong creatures. They rely on you being a bit of a dumbass.
Yeah, I was just kind of just like, for fuck's sake.
Okay, Elfin, you're up.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, it's a ranged
people.
attack roll.
Yeah. Wait. That's a crit and a 15.
A crit and okay, well, go for it. Roll your crit. That's probably gonna do it.
Yeah, so that's 28.
Yeah, okay. There's no need to even roll the other one. So what has happened is the Mimic has just...
That was from both of them.
Oh, from both of them, that's fine. Yeah, the Mimic, after 2 blasts from the Eldritch Blast, just explodes, and a lot of the ichor from the insides of it get onto Barb and Art.
Yum.
Ranged attacks. Nice.
All right. I feel like we knew this was going to happen. Turns to Barb. It's like, I feel like we could have just walked past this.
I just wanted to know.
I mean, I get it.
You know, curiosity killed the... I look at Helgato. Never mind.
Doesn't look pleased at what you were about to say, but...
There's something brought it back.
Is there anything inside that now? Because it's still a chest, right?
Well, yeah, but it's not like a chest, right? It doesn't have
We can delicious and dungeon.
I was going to say, we've
Yeah,
got-
the
we've got a
tongue.
dungeon
The
situation,
tongue.
we
You
have
can
the
take
tongue.
you can take its tongue for cooking purposes, if you so wish.
Oh,
Dungeon issue.
That's a good show. That was a good show.
It's so good.
It
It's heartwarming.
is. It's so good. Right. Yeah, you now if you're serious, if you want to take the tongue, you have the tongue.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
intact.
good.
Yeah, you have the
Yeah.
I believe it would be called a pseudopod.
Ooh.
Yes, the pseudopod of the mimic.
I was looking through my notes, and I have a jar with what I've written as the central testicle of a black dragon.
Yes, because they have 3 testicles.
Oh.
With enough of these, we can summon a weird hell creature.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can put together the components and make like the worst creature ever.
One testicle, one tongue.
I don't. So you've made a really like weird beholderkin type deal.
A ball holder.
Oh, by the way, just while we're walking through, I just chucked that cursed goat's head pendant into the forest.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
Is
the
that
one
going to do
that.
something?
Okay.
surely that won't come back to bite us.
Is this the one that was whispering dark secrets to you and stuff?
It wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
It was just I tried to give it to someone, and I
They
think I
just
tried to give it to
refused.
the devil, and they were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
demons
dog, this is
said-
bad.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
like, nah.
demons said to go.
This fucking sucks, mate."
Yeah, they're like, nah, I'm not gonna have that. Oh. Yeah, well, wonder who's gonna find that later.
Another hobbit.
Another hobbit. Yeah, the halflings do keep finding. There are halflings in this forest, so it's entirely possible a halfling does find it and becomes like an
I'm
evil
just going to start
overlord.
playing the
Ah,
until someone picks it up.
yeah, just the evil overlord halfling. Democratically elected, of course. All of the democratically elected figures are all evil in this setting for some reason. Okay, you make it through. It's nightfall. You find a little sort of gap in the woods where you could set up a little camp.
Another gap.
Yeah,
We can do that. I'd like my 9 hit points back.
yeah, you can have it. You can have it back.
I literally didn't move in that fight.
Well, yeah, because there was no need. It was literally just me being a bit of a dick.
Just arms
Leave it-
folded, waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
Just huffing away.
And now in your clearing, there's another incredibly perfect chest. Just the way it... Just sitting there watching you, maybe.
Oh, is there really? Or
There
you-
is really, yeah.
Okay.
There is another
I thought you were
incredibly
joking.
perfect
Oh.
chest.
right?
Just hanging out.
Can they move, or
They can move. They can move 15 feet a turn.
do we have to kill this thing?
You don't
before
know.
going to
You don't
sleep?
know that it's a mimic, though. It looks different
We
from
could
the
Yeah,
throw a rock
alright.
at it. If we throw a rock at it from a far
wait.
distance.
Yeah.
I cast a message and I say, "Are you a mimic?" Because if you're a mimic, you have to tell me.
You get no reply.
Go, Elfin,
We
go
throw a
and
rock.
fucking.
Let's throw a rock at it from
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah, you throw
You-
a rock, and you just hear clunk, it goes off the wood. And now it looks slightly
Okay,
less
so-
perfect.
So it's not a mimic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would
Don't make that face!
why would we assume that?
I'm enjoying like
I'm gonna
the mimic science that's going on here. Like that's why I really wanted to see how this plays out a second time.
I study the chains and
Can a nature check to spot if it's a mimic?
No, it is
I'll-
mimics. I
I'll-
can tell you this for free: mimics are indistinguishable from objects. There is no way to tell what they are before you fuck them.
Elfin,
basically.
just hit it with a
There's no way to
fucking
tell what they are
eldritch
before you
blast.
fuck them.
Yeah,
Oh,
until
okay.
someone fucks the mimic.
Yeah, let's go over six. Let's go 60 feet away, like exactly the distance an Eldritch Blast works from maximum,
Yeah.
and
And
just.
then what? Eldritch Blaster. All right, Elfin, you Eldritch Blast the chest. Do you do that? Are you Eldritch Blasting the chest?
I'll stay within 30 feet.
I guess
I
that's
can-
within my character. Yeah.
Yeah, you Eldritch Blast the chest. It explodes. It's just wood everywhere. It was just a chest.
Oh. Is there anything good in it now?
Not anymore. Not anymore. You find damaged bits of brass, like gold-plated brass everywhere.
All right,
We didn't need brass.
whatever.
Yeah.
Although if we go to sleep in this clearing, someone might come looking for that perfect chest.
Oh no, I left my chest right here.
Oh, my beautiful chest! It's blown up.
So let's like
Can we
move
stick
like
it back to-
300 meters down the road.
Can we stick it back together?
Do I mean? I guess you could repair objects. You had the spell.
Oh,
for
you
it.
got sleight of hand?
Well, you're gonna make Art put the chest back together with sleight of hand.
No, do that thing they do in Japan with like damaged crockery and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta put the. Well, you've got enough gold to melt and put in, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I can use my disguise kit to make little paint things. I can use the thing. Should I
Let's
roll
just go to sleep.
Yeah.
I rolled a
you're-
19 sleight of hand if that helps.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the thing has been blown up to Kingdom Come, so like the extent to which you can change anything about its appearance is limited.
I tear off a piece of paper, leave a note, and stick it in the ground that says, "Sorry, there was a mimic up the road, and we thought the same thing."
And it's just a note, right? Just one note. There's no second note or anything.
Just one note. I put a second note that just says, "Bye."
Okay, all right. Just gonna make a note of that. Chest destroyed.
2 notes,
Yeah.
and this one explaining the first 2.
Yep, that's it. And yeah, you rest. Wait, Elfin, did you want to do something?
No, I was going to say that Elfin's like kind of relieved, but it wasn't the mimic because she'd feel bad about killing another one.
Oh no! Oh no!
So, mimics killing bad, people killing fine? Question mark.
Mimics are morally superior to humans, I guess, in a lot of
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
Wait, are they?
Elfin's one of those like I love my dog more than I love people person.
Yeah.
Mm.
We
I
can't
love
find
my
out
mimic.
Elfin's backstory because it involves an XL bully and they're technically banned on the island.
I love my mimic more than I love my treasure chest.
In fairness, mimics
Oh
are.
no, my XL bully was in the treasure chest.
Oh no! Mimics are true neutral. They are just like straight, just like eating people not because of evil. It's just they're hungry. It's hungry guys.
Also, they can't become prime minister,
No.
which is good.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess. What's the intelligence on a mimic? It can't be very high.
Yeah, probably higher
Wow.
than Kiss Armor.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 5, so it's a bit higher than Gearstabber.
I guess if the mimic was prime minister, then Rachel Reeves would have been eaten within the first 3 weeks. which probably
Rachel
would
Reeves
have
would
been
be like, I know how to plug that black hole. Opens the chest and gets fucking eaten immediately. That's what we need to do. We need to start putting mimics in like Whitehall and getting these people. That's how we win.
Yeah, just tell them there's a pair of Taylor Swift tickets in there.
There's 22 billion pounds in this chest.
To be
Trust
fair,
me, bro.
If you told anyone in the cabinet that there's a treasure chest to be opened, they would go straight
Oh,
for it.
there's no question. Every single member of the cabinet would fall for this.
22 billion. They would open any chest if you told them there was like 50 quid in there.
Yeah, there's £2 in this chest. Where? Get eaten.
Just West Street and just chomped.
Yeah.
We found
There's
a
someone
magic money
illegally
mimic.
claiming. There's someone illegally claiming Pip in there. Quick.
Oh no. Okay, right. You.
And then reads Cast Eldritch Blast on it.
I
checkmate.
assume the party has gone to sleep.
They're in work, even though it's not an out of work benefit.
Barb is dreaming of using West Streeting as a gender-neutral toilet.
And why she knows about a figure
This
called
thing on his feet.
the Wes Streeting is a different type of governing official on the island. A Wes Streeting.
It's a Wes Street is that that one street in every town that smells like piss.
Yeah.
West Street.
God, I know that one.
Right,
Wait,
where the bus goes where I live.
The Wes Streeting's like the Grima Wormtongue advisor to the Keir Selma.
Yes, yeah, like poisons his mind with delusions of grandeur.
I think that's actually being unfair to Grima Wormtongue.
Yeah, Grima Wormtongue was actually very invested in the long-term future of the Rohirrim. I think that's he doesn't get enough credit for that, you know. He doesn't.
And he was trans-inclusive.
Yeah, well,
Wes Streeting would have wanted to be Saruman, not serve him. That's the difference.
yeah. Anyway,
I could be the White Wizard.
oh, the White was. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to imagine Wes Streeting as a white wizard of any sort, because that is a really dark vision there. Right. I assume the party has gone to sleep.
Dawn Foster knew Grima Wormtongue at university.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Alright, okay. The party has gone to sleep. You've recovered all your hit points. Nothing came for you in the night. It is now a new morning.
Nothing bad.
Nothing bad can happen. Also, we need to... Anyway.
Yeah, a whole new world because the world ended. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna be forced to defend this at length for some fucking.
Right.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the fucking film now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's day 2. You've awoken, and you have woken up with the sunrise this time. Or those of you who wake up with the sunrise. And yeah, you can. You have a rough idea of where his camp is. By the way, you were told. You were given a location pointed out to you on a map where his camp was approximately. So I assume you are heading in that direction. As opposed
I guess
to
with an army that strong as well, you'd spot it from quite far away, right?
You know.
Okay.
Could be. You don't.
We're actually right in the middle of the camp by mistake.
Yeah, like you're surrounded by 35,000 soldiers who are really angry at you for being here.
It's just that one champion of Tempest and just 1,000 mimics. That's his army.
Yeah. It's like, who keeps killing my soldiers just because they look like treasure chests? Just like the
General
worst
getting annoyed because General getting annoyed that people keep trying to kill his soldiers. Hey, cut that out!
Yeah.
Stop it.
That wouldn't. I do. Oh god, that's might be an impressive tactical thing. Where if like mimics are known to exist in this forest, he's hidden here to trick the sovereignty. They're very greedy soldiers and being like, "Ooh, a chest!" Like. But yes, it is day 2 of your time in the forest. Who is leading the way?
Elfin again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Elfin, roll a survival check.
I don't think I should lead us.
Oh no!
Do you want me to do it?
Wait. That's 14 because I
Okay.
added a D10.
I thought you'd got a natural 1 with that reaction. Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
thought you got an actual
No,
one, which
it
would have
was-
been interesting.
No, it was a 2 and I added a 9.
Yeah, as you're walking along, you find what looks like something that was once a road. Like you see like really faded, quite crushed, like stone slabs in the ground, leading up to this kind of ruined little sort of small rectangular building. Doesn't look like anything particularly interesting, but it looks very old and abandoned.
Art spends the morning trying to teach Angrith how to juggle.
I absolutely do not have the dexterity for that.
That's an explanation as to why he's not engaging with this.
Would that be like an acrobatics check or sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand?
Acrobatics, I think. I think it's about Well, I can't juggle, so I don't really actually have a good read on what the skill is.
It's not very acrobatic, I have to say, unless you're doing some amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what is.
Surely the skill is
what
catching
Art
the ball
doing
in your hand
exactly?
each time, right? Which would be sleight of hand.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it would be sleight of hand.
Well, it's like hand-eye coordination, really,
yeah,
isn't
so
it?
it's a sleight of
Muscle
hand.
memory.
Go on then, Angrith. Roll sleight of hand. Let's see how good you are at juggling. If you.
That is a 5.
What are you juggling with? Wait, what are you encouraging him to juggle with?
Let's see, what have I got in my?
I mean, my cousin taught
Fine.
himself. My cousin taught himself how to juggle when we were fishing once with stones. So
Yeah. Oh, just some like rough, some bits and bobs that we picked up from the
Like
Woodland Cottage. Some like little
like
fucking,
spoons and trinkets.
Yeah.
And,
like little trinkets. Yeah,
yeah.
Surely a spoon would be difficult to juggle.
a spoon would be bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like little sort of round shaped
Yeah,
trinkets.
like okay, one of them just sort of escapes your grasp. It just dumps off Barb's head.
My eyes go black for like 2 seconds, then come back on.
Oh no!
Does Barb have like that thing on a baby's head where the skull hasn't sealed properly yet?
Not together properly.
Oh no, we've created evil Barb.
Shoddy craftsmanship has once again reared its head.
Little reset button.
Do
you say
you
we're
want to
gonna-
go into this house or?
I was gonna say, did you say there was a house?
Yeah, there's a little ruined rectangular building just up a bit.
Can we roll perception just in case there's someone in there?
Yeah, were you gonna walk up to it and just sort of just have a little listen?
I'll do
Yeah.
the same.
Okay, roll a perception check.
I got 10.
15 for me.
There is no one in the building. It is long abandoned.
Okay. Can we open the door?
Yes, the door basically falls into the actual house.
Sorry. This whole area is quite. Things keep getting destroyed around here.
Who's
Or
fault?
would it be more accurate to say that we keep destroying things around here?
Not on purpose.
Can we do a
let's
little
have a
look
look
around inside the building?
You walk in. Roll investigation check.
Investigation.
Not great. 10.
Hmm.
I like how a not great roll for art is a 10, and for me it's like
Well, I have a +8 to investigation.
I got a 5, so that's even
Yeah,
worse.
you
I got 14.
Okay, you all look around. You find sort of like books that are so old they've turned to dust. You find a kitchen with just like there's not even like rotten produce anymore. The produce is gone. It's rotted. It's gone. It's ceased to exist.
It's walked off.
It's walked off. Yeah, like it's that bad. Like this is a well and truly abandoned house with seemingly nothing of value to you.
exciting.
All right.
Let's walk on.
Yeah.
All right, Elfin, if you're still leading.
I think I'll let Barb lead.
Okay.
All right, Barb is
You're
now
I've
leading.
had enough.
Watch Barb immediately find like the coolest thing I have on the list. Like just immediately finds like the best item that's gonna fucking ruin everything.
I rolled a 21.
Fucking fuck. Okay. So the party walks along. It's the afternoon, sort of like a late summer's afternoon. It's very pleasant. In a forest, so it's a bit more humid than you would expect on a plain, but you're having overall quite a nice afternoon stroll. And Barb, you spot something glinting on a pedestal to your left. A glint of gold.
Is this where we find out Barb's trust in anything has just been completely shattered?
I am going to do a perception check just in case.
Yeah. So what, are you gonna like have a look at it and just see what it is?
Yeah, just make sure nothing explodes or anything.
Yeah, roll a perception check on this. As you approach, you see it as a stone, sort of like plinth with a golden lamp on it.
Oh, for like a genie.
Maybe.
That's an 18.
Yeah, it's just a plinth with a golden lamp on it. What could go wrong?
A whole new world.
I hope you're ready
I'm
to
gonna
see
pick
my
up the
incredibly
lamp.
annoying genie character. Everyone's ready.
I'm picking up the lamp.
Yes.
It's in my hands.
You have held the lamp. It is fine. It is a lamp.
Can I give it a rub?
Is now really the time?
I was just saying, do you want to do this right now, right this very second?
I mean, if it does, I just want to see it. No, can I tell if it has a genie inside?
You can't tell. You cannot tell. It is just a lamp. You could
I
not
guess I
tell.
don't want to do it while we're mid walk. Like, that's so cool.
You put the I will tell you genie's lamp away.
I am
Well-
my if I had a heart, it would be beating very quickly. And I
Yeah,
look around and I'm like,
is that means that
Eh?
you can get your soul back, right?
If there is a genie in here and it works, and I phrased the question correctly, then
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay. We need to get a lawyer right now.
I was gonna say, we need to make sure this is all perfect. We cannot afford to.
'Cause
fuck
You need
this
to get
up.
like a genie lawyer in.
I've heard about genies, and they make no sense to me because they're. If you could give away wishes, why be a dick about it? But I've heard they're dicks. So
So we've got to make sure this is airtight before we do anything about this.
yeah, there's going to be clauses.
Yes, we need an airtight plan for how to wrangle this wish out of this genie.
Is it 1 wish or 3 wishes normally?
I don't know if there's a genie in there.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
you
it's a genie's lamp. Maybe it's a genie's lamp.
No,
and
it
you
says
rub
it right on there. It says genie lamp.
Yeah, it says in knee-high, genie's lamp. Do not rub.
Do not rub.
The knot is bold and underlined.
Yeah, like do not rub this.
But it's a
Dead
genie's
dog,
lamp doesn't
do
mean it
not rub.
necessarily has a genie in there. Maybe it used to house a genie and now it's just got like, I don't know, like a worm.
It's just that I come with
What,
it-
like fucking Paul Atreides comes out of the lamp. Timothy Chalamet
Shai
is. It's just like...
You know that scene in Oh Brother Where Art Thou when they're in the cinema and John Turturro's in the back going, "Do not seek the treasure." That's just what I'm imagining is happening from someone far away, just saying, "Do not rub the lamp."
Yeah.
I will say, Senna, if you hadn't said, do you want to do this right now, I would have just rubbed it.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you sure this is the time?" Because the genie is not necessarily going to be best pleased to be summoned right this very second. But there you go. Barb immediately finds the best item available on the board. So
Listen, sometimes luck is great, sometimes it's not. So you
yeah,
know.
the sun god truly is great. Now, Barb, are you still leading the party on account of the good fortune?
I think after this, I'm convinced that nothing bad, as they say, can happen. So yes.
Hey,
As
you
they
know,
say, who's they? Us.
one of the
Us.
wishes could very easily be that the people forget that we did that I did the fire.
We could restore everyone that we've previously killed.
Okay, yeah, we could also do that.
Yes, let's resurrect our enemies.
Yeah.
Let's resurrect our many enemies. Let's
We
bring
want to
back
do the Dragon Ball thing, but like without the pierced armor. He can stay dead, but
Yeah.
Or we can just kill him again. That's fine.
So if you say resurrect everyone, I'm just going to explain how the genie's going to fuck you. That's technically
Yeah.
multiple wishes, so every single person you resurrect is a single wish. So I'm going to explain that to you off the bat, so I wouldn't go that route.
okay. Right, I got 7, so clearly the luck was all in that one roll.
All in that, because as you're walking along, Barb, you managed to avoid this, but the rest of the party triggers a trap where they fall onto excrement-covered spikes.
Oh my god!
Can we make
Thanks,
a
Rob.
fucking acrobatics
No,
check?
you are completely
to-
taken by surprise by the trap. And
Okay.
are impaled and take you take 7 points of piercing damage and 7 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Well, it's a good job I'm immune to diseases.
Yeah.
We've all been covered in shit at some point.
Some more often than others.
I feel like we're getting the karmas coming back around for that last roll.
Yeah.
Rob the lab. Wish that this didn't happen.
You're the person who got the good thing, and then you avoided this.
Yeah. The genie's already working his magic, maybe. Who knows? The genie's...
You got the karma, and we got fucked. Alright, I tried to climb out.
Yes, you climb out successfully. There's nothing impeding you. It's just a very nasty trap with some really horrible excrement-covered spikes.
Great. How much damage was that?
14 in total.
14.
Oh.
One time I was in Calendar in the Highlands, and I needed the toilet, but I decided not to go to the public toilets, which turned out to be a really good decision because my brother went in, and when he came out, he was like, he said, "Oh, I was gonna hang up my jacket, but I noticed that someone in there had smeared shit on the underside of the coat hook. So if you tried to put your jacket on, you would just get shit on your coat." And it's like, oh, we met the devil. The devil exists in this in calendar.
Yeah.
Because why else? You've just created an obscene practical joke that you don't get any benefit from, and that must have been horrible to make.
What a precise way to be a dickhead about it. Like what? Like precision focused on just the worst thing imaginable. All right. Having climbed out of the hole, you're a little pissed, little covered in shit, but you have enough time to push on for one more roll, depending on who leads.
I'm going to use prestidigitation first on everyone to clean the shit off them.
Yes, you have cleaned their shitty wounds. You have disinfected their wounds, in effect.
Do you trust me to roll again?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the difference between like shit spikes and the genie. Surely the next one's just going to be a normal stroll for the evening.
Or a shit genie.
That was
A shit genie. What was it? A 5?
Yeah. Oh no.
All right.
I've like instinctively duck out of the way.
Yeah. You walk along, and you find a telescope.
Okay. That could have been worse.
Just a regular, kind of battered and bruised, old-looking telescope.
Had these been mimics?
I mean, anything can be a mimic.
Can I do an investigation check?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nat 20, so 28.
There's nothing immediately wrong with, like, holding it, touching it, keeping it around won't do any problems, but you do spot, like, a little glyph on it that suggests that there's something kind of fucked up with this. You can't quite parse what the glyph is telling you, but, something kind of fucked up with it.
So I don't get an impression that if I just hold it.
No, holding's fine. Maybe even using it is fine, but...
Maybe even using it is fine.
Like, it won't immediately cause a problem.
Is it like a magic glyph version of putting ink on the eyepiece?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you now have...
Has it got shit on the eyepiece?
No. No, it's alright.
I can't detect shit.
I'm gonna put it in my fucking in my inventory, and just next time we're in a town, just be like, "Hey, what's this?" Find someone, and I'm gonna list it as glyphed up, telescope.
Yeah.
If I know how to spell glyphed.
Sure, it's fine. Now it is evening. You can take another rest if you so wish, or you can push on through the night and try and reach the camp overnight.
Well, we rest up to heal from that 14 damage.
It might be wise, just in case something bad happens.
And now...
Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand. Nothing bad can happen?
Nothing bad can happen. Now... It is the evening. Everyone's resting up. The fire is roaring. You've eaten some perpetual soup that you carry around, apparently.
Yeah, it's called perpetual soup because you cannot escape it. It is eternal.
It keeps regenerating in the pot.
You're like, oh,
Proper
what's it?
perpetual soup.
You try to make some other food, it just turns into perpetual soup in your mouth. Like,
oh, I kind of like that as a curse. That's actually kind of a fun curse to put on someone. Oh, that would be the worst for me. I love eating different food.
Not anymore, you don't?
Yeah, no, now it's soup all the way. Anyway, it is the evening, so is anyone doing anything? Anyone talking about anything? Anyone making plans? Anyone want to discuss? Because tomorrow you will probably reach the camp of the Champion of Tempest.
Should we make a plan for this lamp, or should we wait till we're more stable? Maybe we should make it more stable. And actually
maybe when we've got a bit less on our plate.
Yeah.
A bit less perpetual soup on our plate.
I mean, we do have to make sure that... Do you want to put it in... Can you put it in a bag of holding? Because it has got a face in it. It could fuck it up.
I don't want to put it in the bag of holding. I want to hold on to it like the One Ring. And have it like around my neck like a Lord Mayor pendant.
I mean, I get you. Maybe keep it hidden.
Yeah, I guess. I have pockets in my Janissary robes, right?
Yeah,
Do you have like a compartment in your chest?
Yeah, there's like a special... Actually, the Janissary robes all had a special genie lamp pocket. You know this.
Just in case mid-battle you need to make a wish.
It's like,
Yeah.
I wish the walls would fall. And then, damn it.
That's what happened in 1453.
Yeah, that's it. It's not the giant cannon. It was a genie's wish to have a giant cannon that actually pulled it off.
Yeah. Wish for the walls to fall and just summoned a cannon.
Sultan
Like, that's not what I
Mehmed
meant.
II's like, I wish a Hungarian man would show up and build a giant cannon for a discount because the Byzantines rejected him. And it's like,
Incredibly specific wish, but
yeah,
that's how you get
but that's
what
how
you
you get it with the genie. That's how you have to be. Like, I noticed I
I'm
did.
gonna start making notes. I'm trying to formulate my Barbara's
You're
trying to
trying to
formulate
write
the
a
best way
wish.
to
There's
get rid of loopholes.
There's a YouTube sketch that's like the wish audit with the genie, and like he makes the genie like explain how he's gonna fuck him with each wish. So he's trying to construct the perfect wish. And I feel like
the guy's literally there with the cannon, and you wish for 10% discount.
Yeah. Okay, genie.
That's the important part.
Yeah. 10% discount, but like in golden lira, not in like forints or like ducats. Lira.
Listen, I know these walls have never fallen down, but what I'm really worried about is just saving a little bit of money.
Yeah. Okay, so right, so we're not doing the lamp right now, is what I'm hearing.
No, we're saving that until at least the quest is ended, because I think it would derail things, perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And off air, I need to come up with a plan. I need to write a plan.
A list of wishes to run by me and see if it's gonna fuck you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that now.
Okay. But it is the night before
What would you guys wish for? What would you wish for?
Well, so we could wish that the people from the town forget that we caused the fire and stop chasing us.
Technically.
Or I guess we could wish. We couldn't wish that the fire never happened in the first place, because then the genie. Yeah. So I guess we could just be like, they don't know who did the fire anymore.
No.
Just thinking of how to fuck Shanann.
Well, I mean, you can't, because the rules governing genies' wishes say they can only influence a single person's mind with a wish. So that's technically like 1,000,000 wishes.
Right.
You gotta be more specific. You gotta be more clear. Because they might forget you did the fire, but they might remember something else about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we need to think. I need to think of a way to get to stop us being chased by.
It's a good job I'm like such a fucking like a trickster god now. I love genies. This is a good.
And you wish yourself like immune to lawyers. Like if a guy comes around,
immune to lawyers. Like you're a freeman of the land. Like they've just passed Magna Carta.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
The art's going to do an audit on the Gestapo.
I feel like that's technically speaking an abstract claim of authority or rank to be above the law, and so a genie can't grant you that.
But could it grant like if a lawyer comes within like 500 feet of you, he just bursts into flames or something?
Well, no, because that would be multiple wishes, right? Because every time he'd have to see how many lawyers will ever be near you, and then he would use all 3 wishes on that.
What about changing the law so that it's legal to burn down a dock in self-defense?
You cannot change abstract things like the law.
Like the law is not an abstract thing.
Well, it's something that is enforced through like authority and power, and so you can't like change that.
You could change what's on the statute books.
Actually, that is kind of true, but I'm not sure if that would change dock burning's legal.
A permanent retroactive pardon for
he can't change the past though, so it would only be legal after the fact. So you can.
No,
well, you could just order like wish for a pardon.
Yeah.
If you wish for like,
I'm gonna think about that. That is actually on the table because that's one person being influenced to give one really stupid order.
Yeah,
that's not off the table, but I will think about how that will fuck you later.
there'll be like a revolution in the town because they're so outraged.
Yeah, like, and the revolution is like dedicated to chasing you down specifically.
Enemy of the people.
The dock burners will be brought to justice.
I was going to say that, like, they forget about the fire, but the Dragonborn at the tavern remembers that we don't tip well.
They make that illegal, so now you're in bigger trouble somehow.
Fucking tip culture, man.
Oh no. But yeah, you can.
Yeah, because they all know each other.
Yeah, you can wish to possess a physical item, but that takes the item away from the current holder. So they'll probably be quite pissed. You can. Oh no. Yeah, you got to be specific. That's all, because you can't just be like a pardon, because they might pardon you for some random bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like for vandalism with the signs. You got to be specific. You've got to be clear, and you've got to try not give me a loophole.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's like, if there's any slight thing, I'm gonna fuck you.
Can we free the genie like in the post-apocalyptic movie, The Labyrinth?
Yes, you can, and I think they would probably generally appreciate that. And it is post-apocalyptic. I'm standing by it. This is like the crepe thing now. It's a new fucking hill to die on, and I love
when
it.
they fly over the world in a whole new world, they do see some things, right?
Yeah, they see a lot of Arabians.
Oh, can we wish for Robin Williams to be alive again and well?
What, like
that'd be nice.
in the D&D setting? I suppose, like, I guess, but I don't really think that solves the real thing you're getting at.
I can bring Robin Williams back so we can ask him about his portrayal of the genie in the hit Disney movie.
In the hit prequel to Fallout, the Fallout TV show.
Oh my god, can you imagine how much better the Fallout TV show would be with Robin Williams?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh no. You'd have to be like
that was the first celebrity death that genuinely upset me.
Right. Is the party doing anything in camp tonight other than trying to lawyer a genie?
9.
Okay.
No, I suppose not. Mainly genie chat, I guess.
Yeah. Alright, what ideas does everyone have about the genie? What are you wishing for then? What are you talking about with regards to the genie? That, by the way, you don't know exists, necessarily.
Yeah, this is all presumptive.
I mean, presumably for Barb, it's get your soul back. That was one of the things that they specifically said you needed.
Yes.
Okay, so
it
which one
can be done? It's just how to word it.
Yeah, that's the obvious thing.
I like to reunite my soul and return.
Wait, hang on.
Yes.
Could I wish for a wish for, or for the wording of a wish that would get Barb's soul without any complications?
You're doing the wish audit thing. This is the thing we wanted to not do, if you'll recall. Is the wish audit thing. If that is a serious thing, I will think about a precise wording, and he will just give you the wording. He will present it to you on.
Right, but how would you know if you'd worded the original wish precisely enough not to get fucked over?
Yeah.
I think at some point you have to just work it on faith that you've done the best that you can do.
Yeah.
Do we get 3 wishes each, or
no, just
after 3 wishes does it disappear?
The person who rubs the lamp gets 3 wishes. I can't believe I'm explaining how genies work to people. Why this is
Would it then be back in the lamp, and I can then give the lamp to say Elfin?
Well, no, the lamp is inert then.
Oh, the genie is just gone.
Yeah, the genie like moves on to a new lamp.
Yeah, it's a reward for freeing him. That's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like you could, yeah.
What? So he's free by default, or do we have to wish him free?
I think you have to wish him free. I'll have to double check that.
And that seems like the right thing to do. We're as a party pretty opposed to slavery. I feel like that's going to be one of the wishes to free the genie. It just seems right.
I thought it was just you got the 3 wishes, and at the end of the 3rd wish, he was free.
No, he goes back into the lamp, and the lamp's inert for like 10,000 years.
Ah.
That sounds like a pain in the ass for him.
Well, you don't know what's like inside the lamp. It might be fun.
Do genies have gender?
Genies are kind of gender neutral thing. I think they just kind of
So
adopt
they
whatever
can't use the bathroom in the UK then.
No, they adopt whatever gender they need to be punished by the law of the UK, as we've established. It's now the de facto legal reality here, which is fucking brilliant. Oh, fucking hell. What a shit show. Yeah.
Land is, in a way, a gender-neutral bathroom. Because he's in there for 10,000 years.
Welcome to the D&D stream where we try to work out ways in which Britain could be worse.
Yeah, what if a genie became prime minister and just kept trying to trick us with legislation? Oh dear. Right, so no more genie talk.
In many ways, change is a very genie campaign because it doesn't mean anything. It can mean whatever you want it to mean, and you could think it means something good, and then it's just change into making things worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Labour Party policy.
Yeah, the Labour Party. What we're saying is the Labour Party is the lamp that housed Keir Starmer, the genie. That's what we're saying.
Mr. Aladdin, sir, what's wrong?
We will wish for wishes, and those are the wishes we will bring about.
I want to just say, I have got changed the things that need changing into an official work document, and my project gets heavily audited, so an auditor is going to read the phrase, change the things that need changing, and if I sneak it past an actual fucking external auditor, I am going to be so pleased. Anyway, with the genie talk fading into the night, you go to sleep. Nothing attacks you during the night, and you are awake in the forest again. Fire reduced to embers.
Unpooed, unbothered.
And there is one more survival check before you reach the camp, or where you think the camp is.
I think I used up all of my karma getting that genie lamp.
Hey, I've got nothing on survival, so let me do it.
Yeah, I'm literally plus 0. Surely I've got to roll a number that's higher than 5 at some point.
Art confidently steps up, insisting that he knows what to do.
Yeah, a 5.
Oh,
We immediately die.
Strong Harry Dubois energy.
Yeah. Art basically walks up, says, "I want to have fuck with you," and falls into another pit with spikes on it. This time taking just Art himself. This time, taking 7 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall, and 7 points of piercing damage from the pit.
God damn it!
Spike goes through his shin this time. It's like, it's gonna sting.
Is it
all right?
At this
I
point,
climb out.
At this point, as you're climbing out, you're now confronted on the other side of this, and the rest of the party see this by a group of 5 wood elves who are just looking at you very confused. Like,
is this your hole?
Those are holes in case people are approaching the camp who might be sovereignty troops, but looking at you, you're not sovereignty troops. What are you doing here?
Not falling in holes.
Looks at the wound.
Is this your hole? Is the best episode title you could.
Is this your hole? We're gonna have to rename the whole stream now. Prestidigitate. One of them prestidigitates the wound so that it's clean.
How kind of them.
Oh, thanks.
What camp is this?
This is
just wondering.
The camp of the champion of Tempest.
That's so passive aggressive to see someone who's had a stake through their shin and not heal them, but to just make them slightly less gross.
Yeah. Like, well, if I had healing magic, I would have healed you, but I
don't. I'm
gonna
use cure wounds on Art then. In that case,
not
get
combat
12 points back.
Not combat medic. I'm an archer.
So wait, this is the champion of Tempest camp.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
that's what they said.
This is where we're going, Angrith. This is where...
He's fallen into a lot of holes the last couple of days.
Yeah. We've got our own champion of Tempest.
They look at Angrith and they're confused. Like, strange. I didn't realize there were any other. I didn't realize there were any other Tempest worshippers alive, even.
I'm bewildered by this. Like, this whole time, we've been told that there's like 35,000 of these guys, and these elves are looking at us like we've all got second heads.
Yeah, because you fell into that hole. Well,
How many of you are there?
currently,
I thought you were Tempest worshippers.
no, we're elves. Why would we worship Tempest? That's a human deity.
But
why
why are
you-
you with the Tempest champion?
Because we want the sovereignty out of our land.
Oh,
I mean, that makes sense.
I guess.
We want the sovereignty gone, and this is the person who's getting the sovereignty out.
Right.
Makes sense to us.
But does the Tempest, does he have a group of supporters
Oh, yeah, mostly from this.
who are Tempests?
Well, no, there are no Tempest worshippers. Well, I suppose some might have converted, but can't speak for everyone.
Very confusing.
Is there another Tempest worshipper or not?
Yes, the champion of Tempest.
Okay.
You're following
fucking-
him despite none of you believing or worshipping in Tempest.
Yeah, because we want the sovereignty out. We're getting the sovereignty out. We're voting to get the sovereignty out.
Why would you not
It's-
put someone in charge who agrees with you on most things?
And why? Yeah, why is he the champion? What's?
I've not met him then.
Oh, is he very
Yeah,
charismatic?
well intuited.
Yeah.
Did he build this hole?
No, we built, well, not we, but like the army built the hole. The multiple holes.
And whose shit did you put in the hole?
It's mostly ours. It's a mix of ours and animals.
Yeah, yeah. You fucking nasty butts.
Hey, war is hell.
I hear it never changes.
Hmm.
What's it good for?
Okay. And with that,
That's enough of that.
and with that,
Absolutely
Um,
nothing.
and with that, the elves, two of the elves start like recovering the trap, and the one who's just been addressing is like, I guess I should take you to the camp then.
There's one of them who starts to get in the trap.
Yeah, he turns around and immediately falls in the hole.
Yeah. No. I was imagining some other group of travelers shows up and they fall in the hole as they're covering the trap up. It's just, oh. This is the fucking Wile E. Coyote ass fucking
Yeah.
situation. So they lead you into this camp. It is a lot less well populated than you were told. There are not 35,000 people here. There are maybe 10-ish at maximum based on the camp's sort of... It's a very light camp as well. It looks like
Like
it's
10
designed-
people or 10,000?
10,000. It looks
Oh,
like
right.
it looks like it's designed to sort of up stakes and move very quickly, and doing that with 35,000 people would have been a lot harder than with 10.
Oh, almost 3.5 times harder.
Some might say that, yeah.
So this is some sort of guerrilla force.
Yes.
I've got very elves.
Well, some of them are elves.
Some of them are elves.
aren't.
Yeah, as you're walking around, you spot elves.
No gorillas in.
You spot elves, you spot humans, you spot halflings walking around, like little halfling pikemen walking around.
Surely that's just like to a human, that's just a spearman.
Yeah. You've got like a regular spearman, but he's like a little halfling pikeman walking around.
Oh, bless him.
The cutest pikeman you've ever seen.
Yeah. A fearsome phalanx from the
They're just poor halfling spearmen.
yeah, they're just inventing pike and shot, but the pikes are super short. But yeah, you see a lot of people. You spot a small group of like healers tending to the wounded. You spot druids with their animal familiars and companions. It's a well-populated camp. No iconography of Tempest anywhere. Until you reach a big central tent, almost a yurt, in the middle of this forest, with the big flaming sword of Tempest above it. Is that right? Is it the flaming sword with Tempest? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the big flaming sword above the entry into the yurt.
Fucking Googling Tempest, it comes up with Tempest, AI-enabled precision medicine. Fuck off!
Yes, the one thing
Jesus
I don't want to
Christ.
fucking see.
Yeah, you're worshipping Tempest, and he's like, "Have you tried taking some paracetamol?"
Yeah, you've got the upright flaming sword of Tempest before you.
Art says to Angarth, are like, are you gonna be cool You gonna be chill here, or
No promises.
okay, sure, grand. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Do
Okay.
you want us to wait outside, or you want? Okay.
I'm not waiting. I want to see this.
No, me too. I'm just telling you polite.
Okay, I'm just making a note here. Okay, so you walk in, and as soon as you walk in, you see a sort of small, like not a small, but like a not very large wooden table that has been covered. You presume that's a map with positions of stuff on it. They've covered it because they've heard you're coming. You see a rather sort of like distinctly average height man he's balding with dark red hair. Long red beard. The dark red hair is sort of graying. It's beginning to gray, and he looks essentially unremarkable until you look at his incredibly gleaming set of armor with the icon of Tempest and dead in the center.
He's distinctively
recognise him?
average height.
Yes, you are like, this is the most average height man I've ever seen. This is the most 5'9" man ever.
His Tinder profile says he's 6'2".
Yes, that's right. Yeah. You also spot a male elf, kind of dressed like the elves who you saw earlier, dressed for the woods, that kind of thing. You spot a rather large human man, sort of in a pelt, dressed in a series of pelts with a large battle axe. You spot a young woman, sort of armed with a spear with padded armor. And you spot another like quite heavily armored halfling with a pike standing there, sort of like standing on a stool presumably was looking at the table. And presumably the champion of Tempest looks at you for a second and looks at the others around the table and goes, "Leave us," and they all walk out of the tent, leaving you with the champion.
Hi.
Do I recognise him?
Roll a history check. Is it history? Perception. Give it perception. I think perception would do here. Yeah, because it's been 10 years. This guy's clearly been at war. Like, he's bald, but he has, like, the long, like, Greyjoy style. Like...
That is a fucking 10.
You think you might recognize him. You're not sure.
Is that one of those times where you're like, "Oh, who are you?" and then they say their name, and suddenly it flashes into your head?
Yeah. I didn't know there were other survivors. But
survivors?
I'm afraid your name escapes me, brother.
My name is Angriff. What? I wanted to say, what the hell is yours? But...
You can say that.
And yours?
Kerrigan the Scribe. You probably wouldn't remember me.
Scribe?
You probably wouldn't remember me very well.
Because he's average height, you wouldn't recognise him.
He's also like 10 to 15 years older than Angriff. He's like plainly quite a bit older. So
a scribe taking up arms?
It's a long story. Yes. Scribes are not as blessed as our paladin and cleric brothers and sisters, I suppose. We're kind of I would have preferred to stay with my books than be here, but necessity and all of that.
Necessity of collecting 10,000 men?
More than
women?
that, with the right help.
10,004?
He's a writer, he's not a counter.
Maybe, yeah. I don't have an abacus. Yeah. I have a not a legate. I don't want to use their term for it, but a subordinate who does the counting.
You've got a millhouse.
Yes, a millhouse. That's now what the deputy in the army's called. That's canonical. That's now the name of that.
Fetch me my millhouse.
Bring me the millhouse. We ride.
You got the dud.
It is literally just like a Dutch nerd who shows up. Okay. Like, you must have been traveling for a while to get here. Do you want water, wine, beer, food?
Yeah.
He goes and he sort of, you see like there's a series of flagons on a sort of little sort of platform for him. He just sort of takes them, It's like, for you, points at Art.
Yeah.
No, which drink do you want?
Oh, Art picks them both out of his hands.
It's fine. He takes it. He brings them all over and just puts them on the table, sensing that this is what the situation is going to be, and just pointedly pours himself a water, puts the flagon back.
He's a nerd.
You know he's a scribe.
Yeah.
Right. You
Wow.
can't drink and scribe.
That's right.
Don't drink and scribe.
Sorry, this is important to Agriff. We're
Brother,
serious.
I must say, I'm pleased to see you. Didn't know that a single paladin had made it out. Just a handful of us scribes cowered together and hid. Then we scattered to the winds. I don't know what happened
Well,
to the rest.
Well, I'm pleased to see you survive, but what is happening here?
We are removing the sovereignty scum from our land and taking revenge for what was done to our order.
Uh-huh. And who are all of these people? Just
Folks from the forests, from the cities, from the farms, from the mountains, anyone who loves freedom and hates slavery.
uh-huh.
Dart's about to comment about kings and generals and...
I'm sorry, Mr. Scribe. We met some elves earlier, and one of our friends may or may not have fallen into a hole, and they insinuated that they're following you not because they love Tempest.
No,
What is it about you that draws these people together?
I win. And
Yeah,
that's what draws them to me. I win and I keep winning.
Has he got a really impressive haircut?
Yeah, he is not.
How did you get started?
Small
That's-
band of followers start picking off caravans and such from the sovereignty. Eventually, people hear about you. They come looking to get these people out of our land, and then you inflict defeats on bigger armies that are sent after you, regular patrols, and now they have sent their governor themselves to face me.
Which governor is this?
Some Imbrex or another. They love meddling in our affairs.
Embrax was the one that was responsible for the
Oh yes.
the
But
murder,
they didn't
right?
they didn't send the one responsible herself though.
Ah,
Sent a nephew or some such. Someone looking to get their career started.
yeah, I hate nepotism.
fails them.
Yeah. Fail nephew.
Yeah,
We could take the nephew hostage and
If I
demand
could get
that-
him, yes. Unfortunately he hides behind his legions. And their mages.
I hate it when they do that.
Yeah. They hide in the cities and they work
just
with
came back-
traitorous scum who collaborate with them.
We just came back from a labyrinth, so I feel like pretty confident that we could do that. But I think you'd have a lot more explaining to do to our friend here.
Hey, Barb, let's pump the fucking bricks.
We're getting very presumptuous about offering our services to the.
Yeah, like fuck me, man. I'm not. I'm not. Are we gonna break into a fucking sovereignty camp?
I just don't like slavery.
None of us do. None of us do.
I nod my head in agreement.
Look, I'm willing to answer any and all questions. Truth is,
We recently burned down a port that was doing slavery, so you know.
Okay, well, don't admit your crimes to me.
Yeah. Anger sends Art the super secret signal to shut the fuck up.
Just that simple.
Yeah, like just does this at the table, and it's like no. Look, I'm willing to answer any questions because the truth is that you seem capable sorts, and you seem like you very specifically could help me in some small ways to get the sovereignty out of here, or at least force a confrontation on my terms. But I understand that you may not wish to assist. You may have other things to do. Being as you are adventurers, I'm sure you have a lot on your plates.
Well, brother, I
It's
just
way too
want to
soon.
be sure I just want to be sure that you are a true worshipper and follower. I do not quite recount your appearance, I'm sorry to say.
It's
Although you do appear familiar.
changed quite a bit, I'm afraid. Travels.
Indeed, it
and
has been a
war,
long time.
10 years, 11 years now? Something of that order. It's been a long time. Done a lot of travelling. I'm sure you've done a lot of travelling yourself, brother. You look like you have to have collected such interesting companions.
It has been a long journey.
And that's just like the past 5 months of this. That's not even like the 10 years. The bit where you've all met up has been the long part.
I was teaching him how to juggle earlier.
No,
He's not very good.
no, I shouldn't imagine he was.
We did have some trouble with your holes, so
Well,
you could...
should have walked a bit more carefully.
Phrasing!
Can we get phrasing back into rotation?
Yeah. They had a lot of shit in them, your holes.
Yeah, well, they're designed to be
Just-
disgusting, to discomfort the sovereignty, as well as impale them.
If you're impaled, they don't really need discomforting at that point, surely.
Oh, I mean, they might get infected later. They might neglect to treat the wound.
Yeah, and you've got that one guy on your staff who just really insists shit.
Yeah. We have to. We have
I've
to.
been in the army, I know what it's like.
We have to accommodate all sorts. And what's
your end game?
What's
your end
Angrif looking
game?
like here? Hold on, I want to get a read on what Angrif's looking like here.
Apprehensive. Because, although the, obviously the, goal is good, literally all we know is get rid of the sovereignty, okay, then what? And can this guy be trusted? We know literally nothing about him. I barely recognise him.
So wait, Barb, you were gonna ask then what, basically, weren't you?
I was going to ask what is your end game?
Once we have the sovereignty out,
Yes, what happens after
we will
the war?
convene the people who fought alongside us in this war and select among ourselves a high king, and they will govern the land. And I will return to my monastery, rebuild it, and start the order anew.
I would like to do an insight.
Okay, you can do an insight on him.
That is 18. Oh my god.
You get the sense this guy, he wouldn't mind if he was elected the High King. He doesn't necessarily want it, or even consciously know he wants it. But the way he talks about it is he assumes he will be picked as the High King. And so you kind of read into that he's kind of more relieved that you're here, more than pleased to see a survivor, because now he can pawn off the order rebuilding onto someone else. If it happens. He's not if that's how that plays out, he's someone else who could do it. Oh, that's a kind of a relief. I don't have to be magnanimous and, modest about it if I do win.
So I'm not getting any this guy is not usurper, because he's not really usurping anyone, but
usurp,
yeah,
agenda or something.
He's not knowingly ambitious. He's just constantly stumbling into positions that feed that part of himself. And so far, not going badly.
I mean, when you worship a god, well, presumably this guy is sincere in his his beliefs. Yeah.
There's no read that he's being insincere about worshipping Tempers.
So he is actually a brother then, and not faking it.
Well, at the very least, if he converted later in life, he's sincerely converted.
And if his goal is to get rid of slavery and the sovereignty, that's a noble enough goal, even if he's a bit of a dick in the end.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a dick. He just seems like he's being put in a sort of railroaded down a path that means he has to be like that to some extent, if that makes sense. He's a victim of circumstance, not a knowing dick.
Okay, well,
the only evidence I have of him being a dick is that there were holes with poo in them.
Yeah, but
That's not really fair. That's not on him.
that's to try and scare off enemy troops and stuff.
You just don't need the poo, is all.
Yeah, well, I was inspired by the Viet Cong, so what are we gonna do?
That's what a lot of people say.
The Viet Cong.
I mean, look, I suppose the one thing is, if you were a worshipper of Tempest, is that honourable combat?
Well, what are you asking him if the holes are honourable combat?
I mean, actually, yeah.
This whole little place upon it.
He sort of leans in towards Angus.
As a worshipper of Tempest, surely you should be engaging in honourable combat, not filling holes of shit and spikes.
You saw the camp, and I presume you understood how many people we have. What do you think happens when I march halfling pikemen into a sovereignty legion? Just walk head on and fight them honourably. Very honourable. We'd be very honourable. We'd go down in history, but we'd all be dead. I want to win.
Yeah, gotta tell you, Angrith, there's nothing honourable in being fucking on the wrong side of an army.
It would be dishonourable of me to put them in a situation where they're certain to die.
What is honour anyway?
It goes out the window when you're crushed by cavalry and then you're shitting on yourself. I'll tell you that for free.
Either way, there's poo involved.
Yeah.
Angrith is visibly angered by this and leaves.
Negotiations have broke down.
Yeah. Art turns to the champion. Is like, yeah, man, you get used to it.
It's fine. He's
Takes a double-handed sip.
Just as a reminder that the dogma of Tempest is honourable combat, forbidding cowardice, and using force of arms. Like, this guy's. I mean, ultimately, I think this guy's just less of a dogmatic believer in Tempest than Angrith is. Essentially,
Yeah, I think that's he's welcome to stay in the camp, and all of you are, as long as you wish, at least until we move again.
I mean,
But
your order was honourable, and most of them will die. So
yeah, well, should we
Maybe
not...
don't say that.
are you like running after Angrith to say that?
No, they're still at the table, I think.
Elfin's gone after Angrith shouting, "You're honourable, you're fucking dead, mate."
Yeah, they're downstairs.
Tempest in the mud.
They're with Jamobbly now. They're all with Jamobbly.
Bob will run after Angrith though, just to try and stop him before he gets too far.
Yeah, okay.
Just to make sure he doesn't fall into the ship.
No, well, no, she wants to sort of just stay, like kind of like put a hand on his shoulder and be like, one second, Angrith, if you don't mind.
Why? What do you have to say?
He might not be doing. He's not doing things the way they should be done in the Order of Tempest, right? But we can still do that. We can do something honourable in this situation that will help.
He calls himself a worshipper of Tempest. Cowardice.
Yeah. I mean, clearly he's not thinking straight in that regard, but we can still get some honour out of this situation. And perhaps he'll die anyway.
The rest of you, the two of you who are left in the tent, you see the champion sort of sitting there for a minute and thinking. Then he gets up and starts walking after Angrith.
I follow him with my 2 tankards.
Are you getting the popcorn out again?
Yeah.
I just follow him with 1 tankard.
Yeah, it calls out to you, Brother Angrith.
Angry Angrith.
Yeah.
What now?
I understand. You don't think this is honourable. You don't think that I'm following the dogma. Then I have a simple challenge to issue you. You think you know better, you think you can lead the army better, you think you can deliver vengeance for our fallen brothers better. Well, prove it. Face me in combat in the morning.
Bob sends a telepathic message to this guy saying, "This is a terrible idea."
To which guy? To the champion.
I sent a message to Angrith saying, "I think you can take him."
I say out loud, "This is dumb."
Face me in combat. The old
What
way.
the fuck are you talking? That's not that's this is both on both sides is done. What a stupid thing to say and a stupid thing to do. How does beating someone in some single combat illustrate that they'd be a better commander in the fucking in a guerrilla war?
It's the
Or point at Angrith, like what the fuck? What's the fucking point of the honor of fucking fighting if you're obviously going to die and send a whole bunch of people to their deaths who don't necessarily follow?
Bit more tact, mate.
Gesturing with one tankard at one and one tankard at the other.
Angrith is fuming now.
Yeah, this guy is Angrith is taller than this guy as well. So like Angrith is like over the head of this guy, but like this guy is like staring Angrith in the eyes. In the morning, I take your refusal to accept my command as an insult.
Jesus Christ!
I just with no hesitation, I accept your duel. However, and turns to R. Should you wish to challenge me to a duel, I readily will accept as well.
I just told you it was dumb.
Very well.
Listen, get over yourself.
The morning, then. I will see you there, brother.
In the morning.
Yeah. He turns away and returns to his tent. Snaps fingers. Bring me the mill house.
We might need to get you some sort of protection spell.
You have to understand that the if you want to challenge me to a duel, you are challenging anger, like core beliefs. If you want to try and dissuade him from these, you will need to challenge him to honourable combat.
Yeah, he understood that. He sat there, he processed it, and he was like, well, that's what I have to do now. We've basically done the bit in Vikings. We're doing the bit in Vikings now. We're doing the bit in Vikings. The one bit in Vikings that was in Reading, for Christ's sake. We've done it.
Most wonderful fantasy area on Earth, Reading.
Yeah.
But also, I want to clarify, was annoyed and pissed off at the commander scribe guy.
Yeah.
But it was Art that tipped him over.
Of course it wait, what did Art say specifically that did this? Hold on. I'm gonna write down Art's fault.
What is the point of a duel? Though that's not how you well, that is what Tempest believers do.
Yeah, they duel. That's how they decide. That's how hierarchy is decided among Tempest worshippers.
Not a duel to the death. I'm presuming it wasn't a duel to the death.
No, it's a duel until one yields.
It's not quite Klingon rules.
Yeah. No, they would never kill members of their own order, especially now.
Exactly.
Like
the skill sets are exactly the same. Everyone knows if you're really good at hitting, it means you're really good at planning how to command an army.
This guy's doing all right.
Yeah, that guy might be doing better than Angrith. But he might get fucked up by Angrith.
He might. You didn't get the sense he was weaker than Angrith in any way.
I'm a little concerned that if this guy gets killed, the entire army will disband and then the sovereignty will last forever.
Well, I'm not planning on killing him, necessarily.
Yeah, neither of them are going to kill each other.
Just humiliating him in front of his entire army.
That's not a humiliation, it's an establishment of...
Not everyone in this camp is Tempest.
Yeah. No one in this camp.
No one in this camp.
Like you've seen iconography of like elven gods, a halfling god with a tankard icon, because of course, the god of tits and wine, as it were. You see various human deities that are not Tempest, but he's the only one with a Tempest icon above his tempt.
You don't need to go through with this, Angrith.
Oh, he does now. He's accepted it fucking now.
That's That's it. It's over. It's decided. He has to fight him.
I like how I've finally done something that makes Art as pissed off as Angriff normally is.
Also, can I give
God,
Angriff...
this is also stupid. I can't believe you'd rather fight another guy than steal literally anything that's nailed down, irrespective of what you saw worth it could have.
I want to give Angriff and Barb inspiration, by the way, because that was played out really well. I would just give Art inspiration every time because he's just playing it so well, but I feel like those two stood out there in that little sequence. But you are standing in the camp having this argument, the champion having walked away, his millhouse arrived, taking down a message. He's barking a message at their millhouse. Can't believe that's a title now in the setting, fuck's sake.
Yep.
We should get you prepared for the duel then, I guess.
A whetstone and a prayer book are all I require.
I'm gonna drink.
Okay. You see like one of the subordinates, like one of the mill houses come up to you, the dud. It's like, the champion said that you could have this tent here as your own. And it's a slightly smaller sort of one compared to his sort of like big command yurt. And you see they're sort of affixing a symbol of Tempest above the opening into the tent for you.
Should we do an
So
investigation?
just had another one of these kicking around, eh?
He has a collection of them. The worker calls that. They're like soldiers putting it on, calls out.
Do you have like a big beer tent?
Oh, you mean like a mess?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the center of the camp, usually.
Cool. I'm going.
Okay, Art just wanders off. He gets like you're immediately sat with the. It's like old times. It's the soldiers sitting around fires. They're eating the slop. They're drinking the really crap ale. It's just like old times, just like you remembered, like he never left.
Yeah.
What's everyone? Okay, so Angriff, what are you doing? I feel like we need to concentrate on that.
Studying a blade.
Now that the duel's been issued and accepted, just calm, really.
Eerily
Focused on the task. Eerily calm, focused on the task at hand, sharpening the great scimitar.
Great. Yeah, you have a great scimitar. Oh no.
And that's pretty much what it's going to be until morning, unless someone wants to
interrupt.
I don't know, whatever.
Or talk him
Yeah,
out of it,
pretty much.
Yeah, occasionally like a mill house will come and check if you want supplies or need anything. Because like he's very, even though you've just had a massive falling out, he's very keen to make you feel welcome.
Well, I don't think the issuing of the duel, I think Angriff take as like basically a sign of respect, obviously in respect of being Tempest worshippers, and like that was the proper thing for him to have done.
Yeah. It was proof that he was really a believer, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
So you're all what are Elfin and Barb up to?
Elfin, what you thinking? You got a bad idea.
No. But I was just thinking that if I bestowed curse on one of them, like if I did either one, Angriff would be annoyed at me.
More than annoyed.
Yeah.
Like I think. Like
Probably be more annoyed if I cursed the other guy though.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, out of character. Like, if any of you try to interfere by either making it easier or like, well, trying to help me in ways that I don't know, whatever, or trying to like curse the other guy, will interpret that as violating the sanctity of what is essentially a holy ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should respect his beliefs. You should respect Angriff's beliefs.
I will respect your stupid beliefs.
The beliefs that require you to fight the one other person that you know of in the world that believes in your religion.
Again, not to the death.
Yes, not to the death. I did realise as I was saying that. I mean, who's to say death might happen accidentally, but It's a duel, so
Well, yeah, but like,
presumably neither of you will be trying to kill the other.
no, not deliberately.
No, accident. You know, it happens. Accidents happen, everyone. This is what we've got to realize. Accidents happen. And I'm just looking up what the dice is that I need to give this guy HP. I did plan to make this guy, but I was like, I don't think they're gonna fight him. I was like, I don't think they are. And then I was like, oh, I don't know. It's entirely possible that this goes badly. So yeah, it turns out yes, you are gonna fight him. So that's great.
I mean, we can wait until next time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. But yeah, if we're gonna play out the last 10 minutes, I guess, of people's reactions to Angrif doing this, and whether they're actually gonna try and talk to him or see what he thinks about this, while he's just sort of seething with his whetstone that's been provided by the mill house.
Again, not really seething now.
Yeah, oddly calm.
Okay, is there a watchtower in this camp?
Oh, there are several. There's not like watch. They're sort of built into the trees so that they're hidden. But yeah, there are sort of like watch platforms built into the trees.
I want to just make sure that the other army isn't going to approach while this is happening. Just some insanely fucked situation.
Yeah. You do
The
see
commander is locked in single combat.
you do see scouts regularly reporting in. They seem to have a pretty good understanding of the forest itself. They also just like in general from your conversations, no one really believes the sovereignty would be stupid enough to march into a forest, a terrain that they famously do not do well in. You know, the Tutorborg Forest. You know, springs to mind.
Okay. In that case, if I think it's safe, I will go to the mess hall and I'm going to try and perform on stage.
On stage, it's a military camp. There's not a stage.
Well, it doesn't have a stage. You never know.
They have like an elevated
you
platform, I guess. Yeah, like they have like a table.
I can stand on the table in front of Art.
Yeah,
I'm sure you won't mind. And I want to perform, and I'll play a song. And the chorus of the song is, "Please, if you know anything about genies, come and talk to me."
Why are you doing radio adverts for genies?
Are you a lawyer?
Call me up at 555 BA.
How do you properly word a wish for a genie? That's what I'm doing.
I'm holding out for a genie.
Everyone is dumbfounded by this genie request song. No one is really sure how to react to it, but they, some people tossed you a few coppers as a tip. They welcome the entertainment. But
no one comes up to me about the genie.
No one has come up to you about the genie.
Damn, rats.
Alright, Art, is there anything else you want to do, having forgot your fill of food and ale? And
Art's fully just like letting his fucking trauma leak out and just being like, look, if you're ever in a situation where these people who are commanding you are obviously sending you to your death, say someone who might not have the most rational thought process in ordering a guerrilla campaign suddenly takes the lead, don't do it. I've been in that situation. Like, I support, and what you're doing right now, I think is working. This guerrilla campaign is working. We heard the inflated estimates of your numbers. We heard the fear that's being projected. So this specific tactic of guerrilla warfare is good. If it suddenly changes, and suddenly you're marching headfirst into an army 3 times your size, don't.
There's like a few. There's like a few halflings. There's one of the mound, like sort of like humans in pelts, and there's like an elf sitting there looking at you, like, yeah, we're not gonna. Well, why would the leadership change? We're gonna have the champion, right?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just arrived here.
Yeah, the champion's done a good job, we think.
Hey, I agree.
And hopefully,
We will love the champion.
hopefully if we give him a good bloody nose or two, then some of the traitors will defect to our side. I mean, they're useless shites, but at least it's fodder to throw at the sovereignty.
I mean, I've heard in my travels that the sovereignty will at one point or other try to burn down the entire world. So, you know, in my head, I'm thinking it's pretty good that you're trying to fight them. So,
Just keep it together in case.
Yeah, well, if we should get an unworthy commander, well, the champion told us what to do. Kill him and take command ourselves.
hey,
Oh.
I support it.
You know, I think you guys will be okay.
My entire implication here is that the army is going to turn on Angrif and kill him the second he wins.
We don't know that.
We don't know. We also don't know that Angrif is going to win.
Yeah, and in Art's head, he still thinks that he could talk him round to seeing reason.
I think we have to cut to that as the final thing we do tonight. I think we have to do Art, like it's late evening, Art's had a few to drink, he's traumatized the soldiers, comes back to the new tent, you see the icon of Tempest above your sort of smaller tent, and you just hear this sword shoo, shoo, on the whetstone.
Nothing bad can happen.
Fuck. What something bad happens?
This is the first time his faith has been shaken.
Yeah, suddenly someone does
Collapses.
something that Art doesn't like, and whoa, bad things can happen.
Hey, did anything bad come from the fucking fire?
Is that what you say walking into the tent? Hey, nothing bad happened because of that fire.
No, Art's not speaking. He's collapsing in bed after drinking flagon on flagon.
So, Angrif, remember my 100% success rate.
We have so much gold.
Just what is,
You mutter that in your sleep or something.
is that what you're saying
Yeah,
as you lie on the bed?
Just like lying there, face in pillow, like fully like. So much gold.
And you just hear Angrif still sharpening the sword.
Ooh,
Such a relaxing sound.
It's not the worst.
tension.
But yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to start the next morning at dawn for the duel. The duel is going to happen. The duel of fates, one might call it. There you go.
Potentially disastrous, potentially great.
Angrif accidentally does become the king, but not in the way we expected.
The rest of the campaign is Angrith command. Well, one episode of Angrith commanding an army and the army getting decimated.
Yeah, by like marching single file to the sovereignty. He's not.
There's no honor in
You
normal
just got to
combat.
choose the right bottleneck.
Yeah.
He's gonna roam Total War this. He's gonna pick like a river crossing to fight at. Oh no. I can't believe how that's played out. I didn't think you'd fight the champion. I had like a rough idea of what I wanted him to be in combat. Because I was like, well, who knows? They might fight the champion. And I didn't. I kind of dismissed it at the last second, didn't make something. And now, well.
When you said they, you thought like the three of us
Yeah.
might fight the champion. Now it's just Angrith.
Yeah, now it's just
How
Angrith.
strong, how strong can a scribe be?
Well, we're gonna find
You know what?
out.
It's like a nerd who starts going to the gym and becomes ridiculous buff.
Yeah, he's when you put points into int and strength,
Yeah.
like guy has shown up.
Pretty
It's a
sure
giant
that.
quill out.
Oh no.
Pretty sure the sword's mightier than the pen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, for some reason this whole duel is shot with shaky cam.
Yeah, what's going on?
It's a multi-stage boss battle. You fight him by the sword, and then he writes in his death note or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power word kills you off the bat. Just like instantly just ends the duel there. Oh god. Okay. Well, with that, everyone, look forward to the duel in 2 weeks. I sure am. Oh, I'm excited for the duel. This is the best. Now we're gonna do a one-on-one fight with one of the player characters. Ah, it's the dream. It's the dream. Oh, all right. With that, everyone, good night. We'll catch you in a couple weeks.
Bye.
And
Good night.
Yeah,
Nothing
we'll
bad can
see if Angrif. Well, Angrif will live probably, but
We'll guess who fucked it.
we'll guess who fucked it next week. I don't know. Bye bye.